Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I am happy to be here with you guys. We're continuing this never-ending onion of Mackenzie Shirilla. Today we have what her prison mates said about her. This title is these titles, bro. Gay for the stay and trains run on her inside Mackenzie's prison dating life. So apparently this was supposed to be part 5, but Stephanie switched it to part 4. So we're going to tap into her prison life. I'm gonna be honest with you, I never really expected this much information on this girl or on this lady. I'm not gonna hold you. And honestly, let's just finish this saga. You know what I'm saying? This is a lot. I'm gonna wait to read all you all's comments. I believe part 5 comes out tomorrow, so that's when I'll read all the comments throughout, and we can have a discussion in the comment section. This is a lot. I have to say that this is a lot, but this is a very interesting story. The fact that it's 5 parts, that's crazy. She said she wanted to be famous, so she got her fucking wish, I guess. Let's go. Let's about a boom and about a bang. The thoughts, views, and opinions expressed by the host of this show are for authentic, honest, and entertaining purposes. Unless you don't think I'm entertaining. I repeat, this is my opinion. I am not telling you how or what to think or feel, but I do encourage you to speak your mind and have conversations. Just don't do too much. Also, this video is brought to you by Sebastine's Patreon, where you can access over 1,000 videos of exclusive content. If you want to subscribe and support this amazing community, click the link in the description below, and thank you for everything. Enjoy the video.
Some of the best advice you'll hear in life is sometimes the most simple advice. Don't go to prison. But apparently, not all advice is worth taking. And sometimes, or like all the time, it's completely unavoidable at that point. But if you are to end up in a prison, the Ohio Reformatory for Women in Marysville, Ohio is probably one of the better options. One reporter who's been inside, she says it's more like a college campus. And instead of housing students, there's dorm rooms with women that are classified by their charges. You've got units, they call them cottages. They don't even call it units. Cottages for the 4 lifers. They're in there for life. You've got cottages for the people that are coming in and out. They've got a lot of programs in the reformatory that I have honestly not seen being offered at other prisons or even at like your local community college.
Communication and conflict resolution are only part of this 10-month transformative program. Horizon graduates leave the reformatory with not only housing, but often employment as well.
Oh shit, so we really are rehabilitating people. Oh, so that's what prison is supposed to be, right? You would think. Yeah, I don't know. This is interesting. I don't really know shit about prison for real. I did watch a little bit of Orange is the New Black, but that obviously isn't the real representation of prison. I don't think it is. It may be. I don't know. But I'm learning something new today. Shit. They got rehabilitation programs? That's what's up.
Get your GED, yes. But you can also take lessons on how to properly raise your child. You can help train service dogs. One former resident, Kat, she says,
you actually have a lot of freedom in there. There's a track, you've got a volleyball court, a basketball court, a softball field, a gym, you've got school. There's a lot of buildings and you've got a lot of free reign to kind of go and do. If you're not doing that, you just go walk the track, sit on the yard. There's like tables, or you're watching TV on your bunk, you're on the phone doing video visits.
That's crazy. Wow.
It sounds like a summer camp.
Yeah, wait.
And the reformatory.
Wait, hold on. What the fuck? Okay. What?
They offer 3 different yard time slots in a singular day. So you've got the first, second, and third yard. And
I'm actually imagining what's happening right now. She said it's like a fucking college game. Okay.
It's a lot. Like most people, they'll maybe get yard time once a day. And that's if they're really lucky. They have 3 yard time slots. One's really early in the morning. The second is in the middle of the day. Then there's one at the very end of the day. Interestingly, it's not even as bad as PE class in high school because you can't opt out of that. You can technically opt out of yard time in the reformatory. If it's too hot, if it's too cold, or for whatever reason you just don't want to be outside, you can opt to stay in your room. A lot of people will stay in their rooms because they don't like the weather outside. There's no point in going out because when you come back in, there's no AC in the building, so everybody's sweating. They say it does get really bad in the summers. Like, you'll stick to your bed in the summertime, but you can buy fans in the commissary.
Okay.
But it's that hot. Now, for some people, though, it doesn't matter the weather. They're going out for yard time because yard time is game time. Residents remember there will always be a few girls out at yard time who've got full face of makeup on. They've got gems in their hair. Each gem is like $15. You have to buy it. They have curled hair. You can get a curling iron. They look like they're going to the club, just walking around yard time.
Come on,
it's like
intro.
walking around Rodeo Drive.
Oh, yeah, I know. Oh, I know Stephanie's intros. You about to just flash Mackenzie in that full whatever the fuck she was wearing in the selfie.
Just walking. Yard time is also, however, one of the few times throughout the day that inmates can be in the sun. So I get it, right? Get fresh air. It's also hugely psychologically beneficial. Plus, yard time serves as the main flow of information between cottages. This is very likely the place where people start whispering about people they've met inside, who just came into their cottage, or sometimes they're whispering about the show that they just saw. Because there's TVs in the common areas.
TVs?
And there was this show that was playing on there. It's like one of those investigation discovery shows about a true crime case. Okay. And they said one episode was detailing how 17-year-old Mackenzie Shirilla drove a car into a building at nearly 100 miles per hour, killing her boyfriend Dom and their friend Davion. You know, that case?
Right.
Who also happens to be their fellow inmate.
Nigga, what? Okay.
The one that's walking around looking like she's going bar hopping with a full face of makeup at yard time every single day. That one killed 2 people. And now one former inmate says, you know, she's actually in the bathroom getting trains run on her.
What?
This is everything that has happened since Mackenzie Shirilla was imprisoned.
Okay. Domain expansion for this onion. All right. Okay.
Inmates have come out to talk about her dating life, what she's been doing, and if she's showing any remorse. And this is going to be a full update on some of her released jail calls, as well as her new appeal.
Okay. All right. You guys having yourselves a good Saturday? You're outside touching grass if you need to. I hope you guys are having yourselves a good day. I'm having myself a pretty good day. I love to learn more with you guys. So, let's do it.
We would like to thank today's sponsors who have made it possible for Rotten Mango to support Change the Game for Dom Foundation and Davion Flanagan's Memorial Scholarship Fund. Both GoFundMes are run by the families of the victims, and we're going to include those, plus all the information regarding Dom and Davion's law, which aims...
Also, sorry, I wanted to say... Sorry, Stephanie. I wanted to say, sorry for not putting the GoFundMes and stuff in the description from this video. I added them all, and I hope I don't forget this one.
Update Ohio's Son of Sam laws in order to prevent violent offenders from profiting off their crimes. It's going to be so pertinent in this episode. You're going to see why they want this to be introduced. All of these are going to be included in our show notes. This episode's partnerships have also made it possible to support Rotten Mango's team of dedicated researchers. We'd also like...
Is she making money in jail from this shit?
I'd like to thank our listeners for your continued support. As always, full show notes are available at rottenmangopodcast.com. Today's episode involves mentions of illicit drug usage, reckless driving, driving while intoxicated, self-exit, and possible domestic violence and trafficking, as well as heavy discussions of being in prison, as well as things that could occur in various prisons throughout the country. We did pull the FOIA for this case, and we went through tens of thousands of pages of text messages, detective incident reports, autopsy reports. We also received like 90 jail phone calls. It was like 20 hours collectively. There's just a lot going on, so we're going to try to break it down. This is actually part 4 of the 5-part series. So in part 1, we went over the crash itself and generally what people believe happened that night. In part 2, we break down the Netflix documentary, as well as we interviewed Rosie and Bubba and asked them a lot of questions that social media had. In part 3, we broke down the relationship, as well as covering internet rumors, conspiracy theories that people have about Mackenzie's relationship with her parents and whether or not people believe that it played a role in all of this.
Bro, the fact that, like, I found out what warm milk was. I'm not saying like that's what they were doing, but the internet, y'all some smart people.
In this part, we're going to cover the jail calls, the alleged prison girlfriends, the trial, the appeal. And in part 5, we're going to break down the entire 31,000-page document of text messages between Mackenzie and Dom. So with that being said, let's get into it. I went down the rabbit hole of figuring out whether or not women's prisons really is similar to Orange is the New Black TV show. Because
I don't feel dumb anymore. Okay. That's why I said me and Stephanie got telepathy. All right. Okay. I thought y'all was gonna rip me a new one about that.
Because that is what everyone kept saying. Like, is it similar? Some people on Reddit say it is, except the smell. Quote, it was an odd combo of BO, hot dog grease, and really strong cleaning chemicals. Beyond the smell, the best way to describe it would be like living in a subway station, in that everything has that grimy feeling of having been touched by thousands of people.
Oh, like
one person
oil?
says it's kind of like that. Plus, lots of hooking up in the bathroom stalls and showers. I mean, something really weird was every few days they would pass around electric shavers. There was one for each bunk, and there would be a line of girls trying to use these old shavers to dry shave their legs and pubes in the bathroom. Some of them would flip them and use the non-cutting side as a pleasure object on other people. It was so fucking gross. I never even considered shaving. Another person on the internet says the food is the worst part. Yeah. One inmate says that they were cleaning the meat grinder in the kitchen because that was their job. And quote, as they opened it, they found about 1 million maggots inside. Basically, it hadn't been cleaned a lot longer than people thought, and the whole prison had been eating maggot meat. So, and there's just lots of reports that there's actually a lot of intimacy going on in women's prisons.
I mean, okay, sure. Before we start talking about the meat and stuff, I'm just like, wow. So you got your, you know what? I'm not even gonna say no.
I'm not sure exactly the word to be used here, whether it be intimacy or not. But one netizen says that one of the very first things that they learned was how to make a prison rose toy that is stationary. So it doesn't pulsate, but it's a pleasure object. You get used toilet paper rolls, like the empty part, the little cardboard roll at the end.
Okay.
Saran wrap, napkins, and rubber bands, and you can make a pleasure object.
Like
they said it was oddly, more intimate than they expected, with, quote, gay for the stay being a widely used term. Yeah. Others note, they say that it's not as dangerous per se as men's units, where the prison hierarchy is gang and race-based, whereas the women units are, well, one netizen writes, ton of drama and sex. The drama in the men's unit is usually at a 0 or a 10. Nothing ever in the middle. The women's unit is a constant 6. Always.
A constant 6?
They say, quote, the bitch just walked around like they were in a high school dorm.
Women's prison is like a popularity thing. So it's really like being in high school. And Mackenzie was kind of popular in prison because she had to be there for a long time.
She is popular?
Yeah.
Why the fuck not? Okay. I would love to learn in this video. Wow, this is very interesting so far. Have any of y'all in the comment section been to women's prison? I don't know. Shit. Let's learn today.
That says,
so like people who are serving life sentences have like an unspoken level of respect. Like people are just coming in and getting out. We're like renting an Airbnb and they're the homeowners, like landlord, you know what I mean? So
but even then, Kat says at Ohio Reformatory, at least when she was there were still people who stood out. Like, they just did so much. And Mackenzie was that. Mackenzie had this one best friend in prison, and Kat says the two of them would walk around the yard full glam.
Okay, so I'm what I would consider like a girly girl. Like, I love makeup. I love, all that stuff. When I was in prison, I think I did my makeup like twice, and that was for my release photo ID, and then we had some like sunflower festival come into the prison, and there was like music and stuff, so it was like, so I was like, okay, we'll do it for them. But every single day, no, that's the last thing on my mind.
So they have regular makeup in there, or?
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
Another former resident, Cheyenne, says,
I would see girls do makeup, just not to the extent that Kenzie took it. Like, they maybe do a little eyeshadow, maybe a little lip liner, or something like that. But Mackenzie was like full face done, going to the club, like makeup, walking around.
Cuz, how in the hell do you be not an outcast, but someone that is like makes known of what's going on, even in fucking prison? All right.
She's not coming out without her hair done. Like, she woke up at 6 in the morning to start getting her hair ready, makeup ready, and stuff like that. I remember she told me, because she always wanted me to meet her on First Yard, and it was at like 7, 8 in the morning. And she's like, yeah, I'll be up by 6 doing all this.
Cheyenne has since come out on TikTok to talk about all of this, and she even posted a picture stating, I'm going to show you guys what she looks like most of the time. So this is what I mean by that. And she inserts a picture of Mackenzie in prison.
Bro, is this like a passing the time type of thing? Because it's more or less like, okay, she in there for a long while, so she's just doing shit. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't even know that this was possible. So, okay, wow.
Like, what kind of photo? Like
A
mugshot?
selfie of
What the
Mackenzie
fuck?
Shirilla in prison.
By herself?
Yes. Now, people are like, oh my God, did she stick a phone up her butt? Like, did she pay a CO, like a correctional officer, to get this phone? They have these tablets that they do video calls on, and you can actually send pictures to your loved ones. So you can take pictures. Like, yeah.
Oh my God.
I mean, also, like sometimes I'll be on TikTok and I'll be seeing like jail pizza parties and shit, or like they're doing like TikTok dances and trends in jail. This isn't as far-fetched as I would have guessed, but again, I don't know shit about jail as much to be like an authoritative speaker on this.
Yeah. And so Cheyenne is like, I'm going to show you what she looks like. And the picture for my audio listeners is a picture of Mackenzie, one that has been widely circulating now. And she's just posing with the camera. And I will say that she has more makeup on than I think I have on right now. So it's definitely, and that's not to be like, oh, I don't even wear makeup. No, I wear a lot of makeup. Like, she's wearing a lot of makeup. It's definitely not just, let me throw on some eyebrows and curl my lashes and call it a day. This is the type of makeup that I would do if I'm going to like a birthday dinner. This is not just, I gotta go to the grocery store and run some errands.
How many fucking pictures do y'all have of this lady?
She walked around like she knew she was seen. Like, she knew she was getting attention. Like, she was that girl. She would wear makeup, like full beat, full face, full everything, every single day.
In prison, or at least this prison, you can also buy exclusive clothing. And apparently a Nike hoodie could go for like $300-400 because it's prison. They're not going to make it affordable. And Cheyenne says that Mackenzie had everything she wanted.
That girl had the TV. That girl had, like I said, the gym.
Nigga, what?
Exclusive pink shirt. Painted on shoes that she got.
She really meant what she said when she said she gets whatever she wants. Holy crap.
They had like 4 or 5 pairs of shoes.
Altered clothes, flat iron, curling iron, all of that.
Cheyenne says
How?
you pay $15 each for one of those gems in her hair. And in the picture that Cheyenne, it's literally like when you're 5 years old and you throw a giant bedazzled gem.
It's like hair gimmicks.
You can actually, like, it's actually cute as an adult too, but it's just not worth $15.
Who's giving all this money?
She has a lot of those in
She's
her hair?
in that picture, she has like 4.
Who's giving all this money?
What?
Yeah.
And these are things they sell in the prison?
I think some of them you have to get from other cottages. Like, for example, the waist trainer. Cheyenne is like, I don't know how she got the waist trainer, but Cheyenne speculates that it's from the pregnancy cottage. So they have a cottage for all the pregnant women. And they might give you waist trainers, or you can maybe purchase them. And so she's thinking, because it's from the pregnancy cottage, it's probably going to cost Mackenzie like $150 for a very basic waist trainer.
Yeah. And so basically the parents are funding her spendings, right?
Yeah, okay.
Yes.
Oh, I was about to say, how the fuck do you just acquire all this shit like this is a fucking Fortnite inventory or something? Like, she has different skins. Like, what is going on? But then again, I forgot her parents.
Wow.
She's wearing all of that. And according to Cheyenne, Mackenzie is doing line dancing every night. She's going to go learn dancing every night. And she's just in one of the best cottages of the facility.
Bro, what the fuck?
So I asked her what cottage she lived in. She was like, Wheeler. That's crazy. Like, Wheeler has like flat screens, actual couches, rooms that you can close your door because it was like an open prison, so you just had bunks everywhere. Like,
oh, so she be alright in there. She be fine in there. She be alright.
little
She don't need to come
cubicles of
outside.
bunks.
What?
Open, like anybody could walk in there. But Wheeler wasn't like that.
Other cottages,
Man,
it's just
what?
like bunks out in the open.
Yeah.
Wheeler, it's like a dorm. You can close the door to your room.
Yeah. But how does she end up there? Is it just by luck, by chance?
Usually it's for lifers.
Okay.
Yeah. Kat says the widely circulating comparison online about Mackenzie is pretty accurate.
I do say that she wanted to be like Regina George. I mean, just the way that she did her makeup, the way that it was like she was going out to a club or something, or she thought she was going to be famous or photographed. She would wear her clothes altered so they would be form-fitting, and she would make fun of people who had less than she did because she
Even in prison? She's doing this shit in prison too? What the fuck?
was well taken care of inside prison.
Oh
Her mom
my
was super
gosh.
kind of made it like a cupcake camp for her in there, like very cushiony. She had everything like that we could have and more in prison.
Yeah, they said that Mackenzie would go behind people who are bigger in size than her and like mock them about their size by doing hand gestures like this
She's
behind them in the
still-
yard.
I guess old habits die hard, I guess. Like, what the hell? Yo, what the hell?
But one of the more enlightening things to come out of all of this is stories of Mackenzie in prison that she has, quote, gone gay for the stay and has been having trains run on her in the bathroom. That's the exact verbiage that people have been using. I'm actually not
Okay.
even entirely sure what that means. I mean, I am to some degree familiar with what it means to have a train run on somebody, but I'm not sure in this context, in the prison context. Cheyenne says there's just so much dating drama inside
Okay.
of Ohio Reformatory.
Girls always have a new girlfriend in there, like every other day. Like somebody was somebody's ex every day. This girl was talking to this girl every day. It's just how it goes down in there because it's boring. You don't have anything to do in there, so you just fill your time with anything, honestly.
Which is kind of how Cheyenne starts dating
Okay.
Mackenzie.
Oh.
Okay? Or at least that's what Cheyenne says. Now, to fully understand this, let me break it down. According to internet rumors and former inmates who have come out to talk about knowing Mackenzie in prison, which, side note, many of them actually have been coming out before the Netflix documentary to share their story. So it
Oh,
doesn't
wow.
seem like these people are just coming out now because the case has gone viral again and wanting to get TikTok famous.
Okay,
They've
okay, okay.
been talking about it for a while.
Mackenzie.
Yeah. So to break it down, according to Cheyenne, Mackenzie has this best friend in prison named Jasmine. These are the two that walk the yard, gems in their hair, full makeup. Her and Jasmine, okay?
Jasmine,
did a lot for Mackenzie, apparently. Mackenzie was allegedly making hooch alcohol in prison, and a
Oh.
CO came in, found it. Jasmine took the fall
Found a
because
hooch?
Mackenzie had an appeal coming up, so Jasmine wanted to take the fall for it. Anyway, Mackenzie is besties with Jasmine. Jasmine is dating another inmate by the name of Juice, who has also come out and has started making
Juice.
videos about this.
All right,
So
okay.
Jasmine and Juice are dating. And Juice is really close friends with Cheyenne. And near the end of Cheyenne's stay, Juice comes up to her and is like, hey, Mackenzie thought you were cute since you first popped out. She already has like a little nickname for you. She calls you Fro. So Cheyenne was like, when I was in prison, I had this huge fro because, there's not like, you can't really get your hair done, right?
Unless you're Mackenzie.
And Cheyenne's like, I'm like, all right, bet. And she was like, well, Mackenzie said she wanted you to meet her on the next yard.
Okay.
So Juice is like, Cheyenne, Mackenzie thinks you're cute, wants to meet you at the yard. She's got a nickname for you. She calls you Fro. Cheyenne says she never really felt inclined to talk to Mackenzie ever because she just gives off full Regina George vibes. Just
Okay, good question. I feel like it's gonna be said later, but I wonder how long it took her to do this. There's no way she went up in there acting a fool like she usually does, and everybody was just fine with it. That had to take some time, no? Like, you have to, well, I don't know what it's like. Pray I never know what it's like, but like, don't you have to like settle into prison? Like, you mean to tell me what she came in there off rip, just on her Mackenzie shit, bro?
mean girl radiating off of her. But now she's intrigued. She's also, she admits, bored out of her freaking mind, just like losing her mind, going bonkers in there. Okay, so this is like the most exciting thing that could happen.
I go outside to hit the yard. I see her and Jasmine immediately walking, because they're always out there. You can always spot them. And I walked to her like, hey, what's up? And she's like, what's up? Like, and I kid you not, the first thing she says to me is, you're top 3 on my hottest people on the farm list.
I guess she calls it the farm. Apparently they hit it off. Okay, Cheyenne is asking Mackenzie if they want to grab dinner.
The farm. Okay.
Which sounds like,
dinner.
Clearly it's rough in there. Like, Cheyenne and Kat have come out to say, like, it does get rough in there. Like, they're making it sound like a walk in the park, but it's really depressing. It's really rough. Like, you lose sense of agency. Prison. I get it. But also, like, it's not as rough as one might imagine. Like, I watched Prison Break, and, like, do you want to grab dinner doesn't really resonate with Prison Break. You get what I'm saying?
I watched 60 Days
Do
In.
I think prisons need to be tougher? No, I'm actually for prison reform. Anyway, Mackenzie is looking at Cheyenne like she's crazy.
So the yard's about to close, so I'm like, you guys are gonna go to dinner? And like, Mackenzie just looks at me crazy. Like, I just asked her like something she's never heard or in a foreign language. And she's like, no, I don't eat the prison food. I will never eat the prison food. And I was like, oh, okay. And she's like, yeah, I cook every single day. Like, every single day I cook.
Mackenzie cooks?
Yeah. Cheyenne says...
cook?
So
yeah,
she know
exactly.
how to cook?
Cheyenne's like...
So you mean to tell me she learned how to cook an egg now?
Thinking about it, and she's going through it, and she's like, that's actually a lot of money. Okay, so Cheyenne's breaking it down, and she says, quote,
everything's cheap in prison, but you have to buy every single thing to make it a meal. Like, say if you want to buy pizza, you got to buy wraps to make the crust. You gotta make pepperonis. You gotta buy pizza sauce. You gotta buy cheese. You gotta buy a shredder for the cheese. So like, cooking every single day with your commissary like would be a lot, because you only get a certain amount of commissary in there for like a certain time period. So cooking every day, you'd probably run out within like 3-4 days. But that's like a lot to do, especially every day, because like I said, you can cook it in a microwave. So you have to make everything separately. You have to get a microwave spot, which is like I said, 200 girls and like one cottage, and there's only 2 microwaves. So you have to get a spot like every day, go out there, prep for that spot, be ready. If you run out of time, you're out of that microwave, you can't finish the food. So you really have to be prepared for it. So it's really a lot.
Anyway, the two of them start talking, flirting, okay? And when they would hang out, Cheyenne says she noticed a few things about Mackenzie that she's now sharing. One is that Mackenzie kind of seemed amused at the idea that some people call her Shirilla the Killer.
So, okay, back to your intro. You're saying that everyone saw this documentary in the prison?
They saw an ID investigation discovery episode.
Oh,
yeah.
That is
so they
wild.
say it's kind of interesting because when you first meet someone in prison, you ask them for their charges, right?
Yeah.
And then they like, and do I think this happens? Absolutely. I think the criminal justice system in America is completely forked. But everyone in prison is innocent, you know, most of the time, right? Everyone is innocent. And so what happens, Cheyenne was explaining that you learn about someone's charges. And then if you want to befriend them, you go and you call your mom and you're like, you got to Google this person and see if their charges match up to what's happening, right? So people know that people probably have a vague idea of Mackenzie Shirilla's crimes. And they probably hear her side of the story of like, oh my God, it was pots, whatever she says. And then they see Investigation Discovery on the show and they're like, wait, what?
That's Shirilla the Killer comes from.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And Mackenzie doesn't hate the nickname. Mackenzie apparently told Cheyenne, just like deadpan, not even offended. Yeah, people call me Shirilla the Killer. Just like.
So you just not denying it at all. But you know what? Maybe she's accepting this. I don't know. Because she was literally saying she don't. You would think if you didn't intend to intentionally kill them, like you said you didn't do, you wouldn't like the name Shirilla the Killer, or you just like let the shit slide because you in prison and that's just not top of mind anymore to you. I don't know.
What?
Like,
and it seems like Mackenzie really, really believes she's going home sooner rather than later because Cheyenne says
she was telling me how she was working on an appeal. She's going home. Like, she's going to be home. How me and her were going to talk when we got home. We're going to continue this outside when she got home.
So she's getting life without parole with
Cheyenne or Mackenzie?
Mackenzie.
15 years. She's eligible for parole in 15 years. But
okay.
most likely, it's going to be highly, highly unlikely that she's going to get parole in 15 years.
Okay, based on
like typically if you're in 15 to life, it's really hard to get parole, especially for killing people. And then it seems from what I know and from what I've heard that Dom and Davion's family members are going to be there at every single parole hearing, and they will take that into account. Also, on top of that, she has like 36 misconduct records in prison right now.
Fuck.
And that also gets factored into parole.
Damn.
Yeah.
What, like, are you going to talk about?
Yeah, but most of it is like not being in her room, like being in the wrong rooms, wrong areas, right? Because Cheyenne kind of insinuates that's what happens when you're dating people. And then also just having contraband. And most of the contraband is like altered clothing, shoes that she's not supposed to have. Yeah.
Well, it's really fitting. She didn't give a fuck about the dress code, so sure.
Fascinating. Wow.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
36 is pretty wild.
That's a lot.
Yes.
She's been there for how many years? That's like one a month.
Yeah.
Damn.
Cheyenne says in a TikTok.
And then she was showing me her scars, and she wanted me to, like, touch them.
What?
And I kid y'all not, no bull crap. When I touched them, a chill literally ran through my body. Like, my hair stood up, back of my neck, arms, everything. It just,
What these scars?
I don't know, something felt weird and off. So I kind of, like, pulled my hand back a little bit, and she's like, what? What's wrong? You don't think I'm pretty with all my scars? Is it nasty to you? Do I look disgusting?
Damn.
I'm like, no, it's just kind of, like, chilling and shocking seeing all this. Then Mackenzie looked me dead in my eyes, y'all. Dead in my eyes. And said, thank God nothing happened to my face, because I still want to be a model when I get out of here.
Okay.
Another interesting fact with this is Juice. Remember Juice, Cheyenne's friend dating Jasmine?
Yes.
Juice says in a TikTok,
her mom literally still goes out and buys everything and anything that Kenzie would like. That way when she gets out one day, she'll go home and come home to a whole bunch of stuff.
yeah, apparently her mom goes out and buys stuff and like puts it in her room.
This is unbelievable.
And this seems to be a very consistent thing people have been saying, that Mackenzie acts like she's getting out soon. Kat says,
Mackenzie walked around like she was going to get out soon. Like, she had no worries. I'm sorry, if I just got a life sentence, girl, I'm stressed. No, couldn't tell. Walked around with her head held high, would cut her little crop tops, would walk around with hickeys on her neck, because that's just what girls do. They get in there and go gay for this day, whatever. Living in a fantasy world, like still striving to be that it girl in prison that got her to be in this position in the first place. Like, influencer, all that, but like, baby girl, those days are gone. I told you she walked around like she always, like she was getting out. Well, it is what it is. Like, it's fucked up, but she did not walk around remorseful. She walked around like she was still in the free world, or like still in high school. And she was a mean girl. Like, you could see she looked down on other people, like laughed at people, would talk about people, which at the end of the day, no one really in there gave a fuck, because we're looking at her like, you're laughing and looking down at people, but you're gonna be in here for the rest of your life. And we're getting out and going home.
They're actually getting out.
The girl that I saw didn't look sad, didn't look depressed, was very, almost, like I said, happy-go-lucky. Like, didn't even seem like she realized she was sitting in prison.
but she is sitting in prison. She is, which is exactly why we have so many jail calls. At the beginning of each call, it says in an automated tone,
"This call is not private. It will be recorded and may be monitored. If you believe this should be a private call, please hang up and follow facility instructions to register this number as a private number. To accept charges and thank you for using Securus. You may start the conversation now."
Also, you can't just like get private phone calls. Typically, that's reserved for attorney-client privilege. So it's not like, oh, I just feel like this should be private. No, it's not going to be. There's a lot of normal conversations that you would expect from someone in jail. Mackenzie is telling her mom all the things she's been doing. She's been making oatmeal in her room.
Yeah, I think I'm going to make some oatmeal when I go in my room. But
Oh,
I feel like I have to eat all day.
How many packets of oatmeal do you have?
I have 3. I don't know if I should order more commissary or not. I think after I get off the phone with you, I'm going to go order some com.
Just order it.
She says she's reading all the Harry Potter books and all she does is eat. There's not really much else to do. Her literary review of the first book in the Harry Potter series is, quote, good as fuck.
I don't know. I'm not even gonna sleep for now, and I'm almost done with this book. It's getting good as fuck. I want to keep reading it so bad, but like I have to wait.
I mean, it's Harry
She
Potter,
says-
nigga.
Yeah,
What?
it's crazy because I remember being in elementary school and being like, "Damn, these Harry Potter books big as fuck. Like, who the fuck reads them?"
Hey man, shit. My grandmama had all them fucking books. I wonder if she still got them.
Now
These
I'm
books are
reading
big
them.
as shit though. I ain't gonna lie.
Oh, and her hair is getting softer. She says it smells good now. She says the showers are so foul, and she had this moment, she said, where she dropped the soap.
I dropped the soap in the shower, and I was like, "Oh no!"
Oh,
it's
no.
it's a one-person shower.
See,
It's
your
only
mom
one person shower.
laughing and
But I still got scared.
Right. Oh my God.
I was still like, "Oh no! Oh no, not the soap!" And I picked it up real quick, and I like looked around.
They start talking about how people are so weird about being naked here in the US, but in Italy it's fine, which makes Mackenzie announce to her mom that she wants to live in Italy. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
And what the mom says?
Mom is like, yeah. And it's like, when? I mean,
Fuck, it's
I want to live in Italy. What do you mean?
I want to live in Italy.
Right.
In another call, Mackenzie says she doesn't want to shower because, quote,
Because like I'm cute and little. I don't want them to see me.
what?
which somehow segues to Natalie asking about Mackenzie's butt. And Mackenzie informs her, oh my God, they're going away. I don't know what's going away.
How's your butt?
Oh my God, they're going away. But I have a pimple like right on my bone, my butt bone.
So just like lots of very casual conversations. In another call, she's talking about how long her hair is getting. She says,
My hair is so long, I could braid it if I wanted to.
You should braid it.
this is Natalie's tone for everything. Oh yeah, you should braid it. Oh yeah, you should eat. Oh, that's good.
I mean, shit, man. At this point, it's just like, yo, like I said before, old habits die hard. Now we're just like, okay, now we're just adding to the list of these people. I do admit it is interesting. Honestly, I'm not really surprised, but it is interesting to hear, you know. It's crazy. I wonder if there's going to be any type of remorse about what's going on, or are they going to talk about Dom and Davion? I don't know. We may see. It's a lot of jail calls, so we'll see.
Yeah, you should braid it.
I'm not talking about my hair on my head.
Oh.
I'm talking about my leg and my coochie and my armpits actually, but
all right,
I'm
cuz.
mainly talking about my legs.
Right.
And it's so like
What
weird.
is going
I mean,
on? My
even if that is
coochie.
what's happening, I just can't imagine telling my mom
My
Yeah.
that my
coochie.
hair down there is getting so long I could braid it. It's an odd conversation. In another call, she mentions how she's scared to shower because
Yeah, this is really orange is the new black. I'm like the prettiest person here. Like I feel bad even saying that, but like
there is a
No,
lot
you
of moments,
don't.
however, in these calls where it just feels like Mackenzie and Natalie, and a lot of these conversations, most of them are with Natalie, it feels like they're out of touch with reality and what they can't grasp what the reality of their situation is. There's one moment where Mackenzie and her mom are talking about a friend of Mackenzie's, and Mackenzie says, oh my God, why would she go to jail again? What is wrong with her? She's bad as fuck, like badass little kid.
she needs me. She needs me as a friend. I'll keep her
No,
out
the
of jail.
fuck she don't.
Yep.
What is
You gonna keep her out of... Nigga, you in that motherfucker. You know what? You know... Okay.
happening? This is a
What the-
recorded
Alright,
phone
bro.
call from jail. How can you keep her out of jail? You're
Like
on trial
what,
for
bro?
murder.
What the fuck?
She says she wants to start a business when she gets out and says
I just hope like my like life isn't taken from me.
she also talks about how someone in jail is allergic to lash glue just like her, and she found this hack of using wig glue, and Mackenzie is like, when I get out and I go home and I do my own lashes, I'm gonna use wig glue.
When I get home, I'm gonna do my own
Oh, interesting.
eyelashes and use wig glue.
She has a lot of hopes of getting out. She says to a friend, yeah, when I go home, I think I'm gonna get a job. Which like, ooh, okay.
But when you
Probably
were...
should.
Okay.
Yeah, I wanna be like either a social media manager or I'm gonna be like a life coach or I'm gonna
No, the fuck you not. No, bro. You know what? Just get to yapping, bro. She in prison. Fuck it. At this point, fuck it. At this point,
keep going to school to be a nutritionist and like I want to help people eat healthy. When I get out of here, I'm going back to eating healthy though, but
I don't know if Mackenzie knows much about eating healthy. In one phone call, her mom is making a smoothie with baby spinach. And Mackenzie says,
well, it's baby spinach, so it's bad for you.
how?
Wait, why?
Because it's baby. What the fuck is baby spinach?
It's young, tiny spinach,
Yes, it's genetically modified.
but it's organic.
Which, side note, this is not true. Baby spinach is not genetically modified, but Mackenzie continues arguing.
Organic doesn't always mean good, though. You have
non-GMO. No, non-GMO. Yes, it is.
I don't believe that. That's a lie.
In another phone call with her mom, she says, when I go home, this is my plan.
So first, I'm obviously, like, I'm staying with you guys as long as possible, but while I stay with you guys, I'm going to start saving that money.
Oh, now you want to stay with your parents. Okay. All right.
And I'm going to try to, like, move, like, out of Strongsville. Like, I want to move, like, somewhere with a lot of land. And I'm going to make a little house, but I'm going to make it really nice. Of course you are. It's going to be super cute. I don't want a big house. I want, like, a little house that's nice on the inside. So I can have a lot of nice things, but I don't want a big-ass house.
She says, do you know what I kind of want to do when I go home? I want to do a DNA test.
What?
But then I don't want the government to have my DNA.
You are in
the government has your
jail.
freedom. I think you kind of have to eat the frog on this one. Like, you've got bigger fish to fry. Your house is on fire.
Eat the frog? What that mean? What?
And you're talking about saving the curtains. Nevertheless, she continues.
That's why I kind of wanted to take one, but then I decided I don't know if I want to take one because then I don't want the government to have my DNA.
Yeah, I know. That's why I don't do it either.
Because they can do whatever they want with it, and I don't want to be like on a list or some shit. I don't want them to have my shit. I mean, they can have my fingerprints. I don't give a fuck. Have my fucking fingerprints.
You are on a list. You're on a pretty detailed list of incarcerated individuals.
Yeah, what?
The government seems very familiar with Mackenzie, even if we're just judging by the FOIA file.
Also, the government has all our shit. Like, we all have social security numbers, dude. It's over. They got us. What the fuck? Like, what are we talking about?
The government gave me extensive information about you. I think they know who you are. I think they know what you're doing.
What?
I think they know where you are, what you eat, what you read. They know to some degree what you're even talking about on the phone. And while I do agree the government is not to be trusted with their increasing oversight on their citizens, you're literally incarcerated. I don't know why this logic annoys me so much.
Hey, man.
In one jail call, this is while Mackenzie is on trial for murder. So, like, the trial is happening, and she's having these phone calls. And Mackenzie is giggling to her mom about a message that one of her friends sent. So Mackenzie's trial was not live streamed. It was a bench trial. It lasted about approximately 8 days. And there were parts of it that were recorded, but it was not, like, fully live streamed from start to finish. And she's reading the message, and she says,
I just said, also, bro, your ass has gotten so big, LMAO. Like, I watched the live stream, and when you walked in, I was like, damn, Jay said the same thing. And you look really good.
Everybody's saying you got a bumping little booty now. Everybody.
Everybody not saying that.
Oh my god.
I do work out, and, like, my butt got fat as fuck. Like, I don't even know how to, like, I can't even tell you. Like, everyone always tell me my butt fat as fuck. And, like, my butt was cute and little before, but now it's fat and cute.
In another conversation, Natalie mentions there's going to be a podcast about this case tonight on somebody's, thing. Kenzie, it's insane.
What do you mean? It's going to be on what?
Somebody's going to be talking about it on their podcast. Everybody's just looking for their 5 minutes of fame. How many likes can they get? I think that's why this is so popular, because it's like it's a mystery. But it's not. It is. It's, you know what I mean?
Natalie keeps encouraging Mackenzie, write your book. Start writing your book. You start writing your book, okay?
Write your book. Start writing your book. You hear what I'm saying?
In that same exact conversation, Mackenzie asks her mom, how do you spell eventually? And her mom stops halfway. She's like, E-V-E. And then she's like, hold on, I got to type it out. Maybe neither of them should ever write books. Maybe they should read.
E-V-E-N-C-H-U-R-A-U-R-Y. Like, what? Cuz. What the fuck? Oh my gosh, bro. This shit shouldn't be this fucking laughable, but oh my goodness.
Read a book first. But it appears, if not books, maybe modeling. Mackenzie says, I have this feeling that something's going to happen.
Also, if nobody knows, I spelled it wrong on purpose. Please, God.
With all these people reaching out. So she's getting a lot of weird guys reaching out and producers reaching out. Producers probably trying to get her for a documentary. And then guys probably lying, saying they're producers just to get in contact with her. But there are a lot of people who reach out to inmates that they deem pretty. Creepy guys. But she is like, this must mean something.
Like, you remember that one guy who got arrested for murder? And he became like a model because he was just like, everyone was like loving his mugshot.
So she thinks something's going to happen. And Natalie is like, yeah, and these men, these people are paying money to talk to you because you have to buy stamps to send letters. And Mackenzie says, as they should.
What is happening?
Yeah.
Still ain't talking
But
about
Natalie,
Dom.
I was losing my mind. There were so many times he was like, "Are you okay, babe?"
The mom and the Mackenzie both are kikiing over.
Yes, hypothetical, imaginary scenarios that will never happen, and they're kikiing over it, and it's like,
and then giving the context of what's going on. This is not real. For the mom to say, "No, these men are paying money to talk to you." What?
Yeah, Natalie keeps encouraging Mackenzie to write her book because, quote,
"Start writing your book. Nobody can like twist or use things, your feelings that you say in a weird way to fit their gross narrative kind of thing."
We have her
in another
words.
call, Mackenzie is ranting.
Yes, that shit is just irritating as fuck. Like, they're acting like I killed like 85 people. Like,
you shouldn't kill.
I didn't kill nobody.
And while all this is happening, Natalie encourages her, save the world.
While you're there, go to school, right? Do what you got to do. You know, maybe you should go into freaking law school and fix the system. Because what the fuck is this?
I don't want to do math and stuff like that, though.
I don't think that that's involved with doing
I would, but, like, I don't know if I want to, like, take the time to do it because it's, like, a lot of work.
But you have time, right? And you are an amazing arguer. You know what I mean? Because you're based on facts. And you tell people what it is, and you don't stop. People need that. Think of how you defend people that have been wronged, Mackenzie. They need you.
But one particular jail call that has been going viral is of Natalie telling Mackenzie,
Kenzie, it's on the Today Show.
What?
Girl, I'm telling you, they're about to go for the biggest plot twist of the century, right?
What? What did they say about me?
No, it's not on the TV. It's just online, and they're just reposting the story, but that's okay. That's okay, right? That's all right. Plot twisted, right? Write your book. Start writing your book. You hear what I'm saying?
What plot twist?
Yeah, what plot twist?
that she is not guilty or whatever, right?
Oh.
Yeah.
So wait, it's all over the world now that Today Show is like national news?
Okay, I gotta tell you one more thing.
What?
It was published in England. Okay.
What?
Yes.
It's world news?
I think the Daily Mail just publishes it in all their publications, but yeah, the UK.
Wait, the mom is so excited right now?
Yeah.
Like, so excited?
Yeah.
Mackenzie's case is international news.
Yeah.
And she's...
Bro, this shit is crazy, bro. This shit crazy as hell. Bro, my parents said never go to jail. So you just gonna be in there by yourself. And Mackenzie mom over here kikiing and shit about this fucking case in jail. They just having a regular conversation. Hey man, listen, okay.
So excited.
They're giggling.
They're like, wow.
Yeah.
We are famous.
Yeah.
It's on the Daily Mail.
We are famous.
In UK.
Maybe Kim Kardashian will reach out herself.
That's what I'm saying. I'm hoping. We're getting there. I was going to do this anyway, so this is great.
And they could just reach out to us.
Mm-hmm.
Mackenzie then relays this information to a friend. Okay, she's relaying the good news.
My mom was like, well, maybe Kim Kardashian's seen. And I was like, I hope. Yeah, maybe Kim will now that it's like all over. I was like, I mean, that's the only thing that might be good about the whole media thing. Maybe Kim will see it.
So this is an undated jail call, but I have an inkling it feels like it could be around the Netflix time. Because they do talk about this being in the news during the trial and very early on in this case. And Mackenzie was very stressed. She didn't like it being on the news.
Okay.
And then with Natalie even saying like, this is what I was going to do anyway, and maybe Kim Kardashian will reach out. It seems like with Netflix, their whole intention was like, we're going to get some sort of appeal. We're going to get people riled up for injustice. Like, I think that's how they saw it themselves. I don't know for sure, but that's the feeling that I get. And so maybe they think the attention is great because now people will finally see the injustice and, oh my gosh, the crime of putting her in jail, prison. Yeah. And so the friend says, I mean, that's the only thing that might be good about the whole media thing. Maybe Kim will see it. So it doesn't sound like it was around the same time frame as the trial when they are talking about these media calls and they don't like it. So but I don't know. It's undated, right? But Mackenzie, yes.
Why are they so excited that Kim's going to see it?
Because Kim likes to fight for people who were wrongly convicted. Like she'll fight for people who are on death row that
You're saying that Kim's going to repost this and say, free Mackenzie.
Yeah, and it'll start a little movement and there will be like a change.org and then maybe she will get out, right?
I'm not gonna lie to you. I have a feeling like that could be possible. I don't know. I honestly don't know.
I don't know. You have to figure out because I'm real nervous and I want Kim Kardashian to be my lawyer. I wish I was Kim Kardashian passed the baby bar.
Which I don't think is true at all. I don't think she passed the baby bar yet. She has been trying to pass the baby bar. The baby bar is notoriously hard to pass, right? But she's a lawyer. Also, I don't
didn't pass.
I don't think she did.
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't think she
know
did
she's
either,
failed
but
a
I
few
thought she-
times, which is not like shading or shaming someone because the baby bar is that hard.
Yeah.
Right. But she also has like a completely other career that she's very busy with. So I don't know. Right. But
Yeah,
I don't think
what?
she's a lawyer yet.
Yeah.
She gonna have to call Annalise fucking Keaton for this shit. Like, what? Like, you know what? All right, bro.
She's a lawyer.
Yeah,
she
bro.
gets innocent people out of jail.
And I do want to clarify. I do think that Kim Kardashian advocating for people who are on death row that are innocent of their crimes is probably one of the best things that she's ever done. So this is not me saying like, oh, she's not a lawyer yet. Like it's actually very difficult to pass the baby bar.
I can
But I'm just saying, factually, I don't think it's correct. Anyway, the friend is like,
She does all the time. Kim works hard. She is. Miss Kimberly, we're going to have her get you out. And I will tell her I buy all her skins and I only wear skins.
you have to throw a dinner party. And your life depends on this dinner party, okay? I tell you, if nobody shows up to your dinner party, you are screwed. And you can either invite Group A or Group B.
Okay.
Group A consists of 12 people, 12 strangers. You don't know
Jury?
them.
It's a
But
jury?
just one person has to show up to your dinner party. That's it, okay? Do you invite Group A with 12 people or Group B? Group B consists of just one person. So you got one shot. Versus Group A, you have 12 shots. The question
I'm taking 12. What the fuck?
question almost sounds dumb because it is, and I just be making up questions, but it's very obvious. You choose Group A. You invite the 12 strangers and hope that at least just one of them shows up.
Exactly. I got some good ass. I can make a good ass short rib, nigga. Yo. I would want 12 people to say my short rib good. What if I accidentally mess it up and that one person says the worst short rib of my life? I got 12 chances. What?
Now, what if I said I started a rumor? I went in there and I told Group A, the group with 12 strangers, that you never wash your hands before prepping dinner. They start talking to each other before the dinner party. They start phone calling each other. Did you know they don't wash their hands before dinner?
Stephanie, I'll be very mad. And now everybody gonna see me wash my hands. And now you're gonna be proven to be a liar.
Like before prepping anything? Then Group B, that singular person, they're professional food tasters. They know they're not the health department, and I don't really start this rumor. I say, whatever, if they wash their hands or not, that's not what you're basing your conclusion off of, if you show up or not. Okay, it's weird, but like, what about the next scenario?
What?
You invite Group A, but all you can give them is the coordinates to your house.
The
Not a
fuck?
home address, the coordinates. I mean, you still have 12 chances that one person's going to show up, right? One person is going to go through the hassle of decoding the coordinates. Some might plug them in wrong, but at least like maybe one will show up. You don't know. But then
Okay.
I tell you, Group B, you know that one person is a coordinate expert. It's as easy as them to show up to the coordinates as if you wrote the house address with the house number and the street name. They know how to read it easily. Who do you invite? This is like a very overcomplicated way of describing jury and bench trials, okay? A bench trial being, instead of the jury deciding your fate, it's one judge. And there's really only two reasons that people will choose that, and it's like the examples that I just gave. So especially in criminal cases,
That was an amazing analogy. I wish to get the skill of analogies like you, so I won't sound like a fucking bumbling idiot with you guys.
they like a jury trial. The mentality is you have to flip one. That's why there's lawyers who specialize in voir dire, just picking a jury. They come in just for picking the jury and then they leave. They're not trial lawyers. And you
Wow.
got to flip them hard. You can't just flip them and say like, oh, now I have a little bit of doubt. Like they have to be able to stand their ground and say, no, like I have enough reasonable doubt. But you have technically 12 chances at reasonable doubt versus with a judge, you have one shot. And a judge is a professional hearer of excuses. They have heard every excuse and every argument in the book. It makes sense to opt for the jury.
Right.
But from my very limited research, it seems like there's two reasons why people would opt for a bench trial if they have the option. So the first option is a very rare situation of science. This case is overly technical. There's extensive data. The whole narrative is data-based. There's no emotionally compelling narrative. All the facts, the arguments are rooted in complex scientific data. It would be worth considering. Now, this is also like a double-edged sword. Sometimes the confusing data, you want to go for a jury trial.
confuse them.
Yeah, confuse them and make them believe it's reasonable doubt, but it's not. It's just they don't understand the data because we're all lay people. We're not specializing in this.
Okay.
Right? But if your innocence is in the data, maybe you do opt for a judge. Because they're technically above average in the smarty pants department. They may be able to decipher the truth in the science a bit better than 12 jurors who don't have much experience in it. So science, right? The second common reason is the defense is not a factual argument. So like the science is like the coordinates. But the second one is more like the washing the hands argument. The defense is not a factual argument or an emotional argument or a compelling narrative argument. The argument the defense is making is legal. So for example, a man is charged with possession of a firearm by a felon. Everyone agrees he has a criminal history. That's fact. He has this object in his backpack that looks like a gun. And it is a gun. But the gun's firing mechanism was permanently removed years ago. And the statute in this jurisdiction defines firearm as something capable of expelling a projectile. So the defense is, sure, he had it. Sure, he's a felon. Sure, but it's not a firearm. By the letter of the law, it's not a firearm. A judge may be more inclined to see this legal argument versus a jury might argue, does it really matter? It's a gun-shaped object. He had it in his possession. He couldn't have been wanting to do anything good with that.
This is why, court be fucking my brain up, because the fact that little caveat right there can be an argument, like, whoa. But first off, it's just like, wait, me with my brain, I wouldn't think that would matter because I didn't even know a firing mechanism would be out of the gun. Like, why do you have, see, this has got me thinking already, because why do you have a gun with the firing mechanism out? How do you even obtain that? And why would you have that? Unless you are a gun collector. But see, this is, oh my gosh, okay.
Basically a case of, I'm not arguing about what happened, I'm arguing about what the law means. Or another reason is like the facts are just revolting. And maybe the defendant is also revolting, but the law is on their side. So a hypothetical could be, and this is from Reddit, like someone says, I'll give you a completely hypothetical as an example, right? Let's pretend you represent someone who is found with 100 terabytes of CSAM, and you realize there is an argument that under the case law, the person didn't actually disseminate or create any of it. And you've got yourself in this weird gray area situation. You're probably gonna have a better chance convincing a judge to find in that manner. If a jury gets a hold of it, they're gonna convict you as soon as the state proves your client was in possession. That's it. The facts are revolting, but maybe the law is on your side. The legal case is, maybe a little weak on the prosecution.
What? I thought you can't have that shit. Wait, what? I thought, what the fuck? 100 terabytes? How do you just come across it? What?
A judge can hold a line for beyond a reasonable doubt where jurors would be so disgusted. Beyond reasonable doubt line would be overridden by their disgust. They're like, I don't care about the law. He had it. Like, that's all that matters to me.
Interesting. Okay, I see.
Mackenzie Shirilla chooses to have a bench trial where one single judge will decide her fate. It has been argued that maybe she chose a bench trial because the defense was going to argue that the black box data from the car is not enough to judge whether or not Mackenzie had intent, and that maybe it was going to be rooted in the data because that's the intent part they could argue. Whereas maybe jurors would see the black box data. It's not like emotionally compelling. They'd rather see the text messages, Instagram posts, and what she did after as more evidence. Another argument could be made that the facts are revolting. Her messages with Dom, her behavior before and after the crash, her smoking and driving posts, it's revolting. But maybe the defense believed it still does not prove intent legally.
But at the end of the day, for this, it's like, I'm thinking sometimes, okay, so you know how you may build up a certain type of thing, we'll just say thing, because I can't think of any words right now. And okay, I can think of a word. Say like you're having a very stressful day, like a lot of shit has happened, a lot of things have going on, but it's very like heavy things that you probably like brush over your shoulder. And then you say, what they say, the straw that broke the camel's back, like something so little can set you off. Who's to say, like, if we're getting all these text messages and then we get the black box data, like the black box data is just objective things that happened. And all these things that are coming in are just all these things that are coming in are helping helping confirm the argument that this was intended to happen, and also having the fact that nothing in the car malfunctioned. You know, like, what if that was the straw that broke the camel's back? Like, honestly, she was fucked anyway. I'm not gonna lie to you. So
maybe it's a legal argument of like, yes, she's kind of like not a good person, but like legally, is this intent? However, I do think it should be noted, I think the outcome of the trial was the right outcome. Not that my opinion matters, but I tend to agree with the verdict. I also think the choice on Mackenzie's part to have a bench trial was kind of odd. I don't know if that was the best choice. I've listened also to a ton of lawyers be puzzled at the choice, but it really doesn't matter. Just because you choose the wrong choice doesn't mean there's injustice done to you, nor does it mean the outcome should be different. It's just more so like, why did you do that? It's very interesting when you consider the fact that the defense did not bring in a medical expert to testify about POTS and the potential that Mackenzie suffered a POTS-related episode. They only brought in her mom to testify to the judge, which a defendant's mother's assertions are probably held very low on the scale of credibility, but it's interesting that they didn't bring in a medical expert. It makes you wonder whether A, it was such a bad defense. B, there's no medical expert that would be willing to testify in the way that the defense would consider helpful, and they would get eviscerated in the cross-examination by the prosecutors. Or C, the defense knew the judge would see through some medical expert bullshit testimony that it's gonna be dumb. The judge.
So you brought her mom. All right.
Just going to get peeved and it's not going to make any sense and it's just going to cost a ton of money, or maybe all of the above. Also, I do think it's interesting that they didn't bring in an expert because we're still talking about it to this day because they left it open to interpret. They left it open as like a possibility. Now, had they brought in a medical expert and they got eviscerated during cross-examination, that would be completely ruled out. So instead of ruling it out, they've left it open. But then there's this whole argument where people are like, well, did Mackenzie not get a fair trial because her defense attorney was so incompetent they didn't even bring in a medical expert? So it's kind of, it's an argument that goes in circles. Mackenzie states that she doesn't remember anything after the crash. And I mean, they don't bring in a POTS expert, but they also don't bring in an amnesia expert of any sort because people are skeptical that Mackenzie conveniently does not remember anything in the pivotal moments before the crash. A lot of people who have been in car accidents anecdotally say that is a fact, is in fact something that does happen to them, but not bringing in an amnesia expert who can testify to that is a very interesting choice. Unless the defense thinks that whatever the expert will testify to, the judge isn't going to buy it. One former resident in the reformatory is asked whether or not they saw Mackenzie show any signs of POTS in jail, and she says, not once. She seemed like a very healthy young girl. I mean, she was constantly in the yard. There were even times where we were in the middle of a heat wave and she was laying out with baby oil, tanning in 100-degree weather. She was very active, always walking. I never saw her get blood pressure checks, routine emergency. I never saw her go to take any sort of medication. She seemed healthy to me. Yeah.
Interesting.
And we went through 31,000 pages of text messages between Mackenzie and Dom. And it seems like most of her very strong health concerns came from, it does appear that she had a strong ED. And she lost her period at some point. And there's a lot of conversation where Dom is encouraging her to eat and trying to get her to eat. So I think that they don't really ever talk about POTS, ever.
Interesting.
But maybe they chose the bench trial because they were going to argue the legal technicality that yes, this happened. The crash was clearly done by Mackenzie, but legally it's not intent because she was passed out. Or for whatever reason. If the bench trial was chosen for the fact that the black box information is so technical that a lay person would not be able to decipher it, which I don't necessarily agree with that. But if that were the case, it still confuses me that the defense didn't provide compelling arguments on how that's the case. I think even Karen Reed's black box data was more hotly debated than this case. I'm just a bit confused on the purpose of the bench trial. Or was it chosen because they just thought Mackenzie is just so unlikable that only a judge could put aside her actions before and after the crash and rule solely on what she's charged with? I have no clue. One Redditor theorizes.
Fool, this is really insane. Hey. fuck, dude.
If the prosecution is able to even get a few of those social media posts of hers admitted, then as a lawyer, I would push for a bench trial. She came across horribly, and whether instructed to do so or not, I could absolutely see jurors seeing her relentless self-adulation, performative indifference, rules don't apply to me, I get what I want attitude, and say to themselves, yeah, that seems like the type of girl who would and could do what she did, or what the prosecutors say she did.
Yeah.
Right.
Like another viral case is Michelle Carter. Do you guys remember her? She encouraged her boyfriend to self-exit through text messages. She famously opted for a bench trial because her behavior... Oh, she was found guilty. She was found guilty of involuntary manslaughter. But her behavior was so deplorable. Like, those text messages are going to be admitted.
You know, they really do. Sometimes there are things that people say that at first glance, or whenever this first starts, or when you first hear it, it's going to be seen as something that's like, oh, okay, you may be right. But sometimes those little sayings that people say be really accurate. Like when they say your reputation precedes you. Like that, of course, that's a small statement that's just like your I'm sorry, I cannot talk right now. Your reputation precedes you. You wouldn't really think of anything of that unless something like this happens. And literally, your reputation can also add to a factor of your fate.
She's not a likable person by a long shot, and the defense argued all these legal technicalities of like, okay, yeah, she did do those things, but technically it's not manslaughter. They argued she wasn't even there. They argued there was no bodily harm inflicted by her. Also, whatever happened to free speech? Like, they're arguing all these legal stuff, but it's like, you're a gross person. So they thought the jury would never see past you're a gross person, but I guess the judge didn't either. And also in that case, I agree with the verdict. I actually think it should have been stronger, but she was found guilty of involuntary manslaughter. Obviously, these are not even remotely similar cases, but it just does make you wonder that maybe, yeah, jurors would have found both of these girls not very redeemable. And sure, in hindsight, it might be easy to say, oh, well, maybe Mackenzie was dumb for choosing a bench trial, but who knows? All I know is Mackenzie does seem to piss off a lot of people. Even during the trial, it's very clear Mackenzie and her family know that all her jail calls are being monitored. And typically, this is the most sensitive time, is during the trial. In preparation for the trial and during the trial, the prosecutors are listening to every little thing that's going on. But Mackenzie still voices her frustration against the prosecution to her mom. She says on a recorded jail line, and that girl prosecutor would be so pretty if she wasn't such a bitch. She is a bitch. I hate her. And the man, the boy prosecutor, I'm like, man, do you have another suit or what? Because you wear the same suit every fucking day, you dirty as fuck. I know that suit stank with that roll in your neck, like his bald dumbass. I hate him. He's ugly as fuck.
That girl prosecutor would be so pretty if she just wasn't such a bitch. Like, she is I hate her. The boy prosecutor, I'm like, man, do you have another suit or what? You wear that same suit every fucking day. Like,
bro, the fact that her mom is not saying, yo, shut the fuck up. Like, stop. Just stop. It's during the trial. Stop. They can hear us. Like, what is going on, bro? This is...
You dirty as fuck, like...
Like,
this is a fucking doo-doo head,
bro. Why are
bro.
you doing this right now? For someone who's on trial for murder, Mackenzie is quite opinionated about how people look. She also rants about the detective that testified. I was trying to look at him like, what is he? He's not white. He's so ugly. It almost seems like Natalie is trying to soften the statement. Well, he's definitely ugly on the inside.
Well, definitely inside. He's definitely ugly inside.
But Mackenzie brings it up in another conversation. He's not white. What is he? He's ugly as fuck. He built weird as fuck. I'm like, why are you thick at the bottom and small at the top? He's slim thick for a man, and it just throws me off. Again, like, in the middle of the trial. Keep in mind, Natalie and Steve this entire time have been screaming from the hilltops that Mackenzie is not a bully, that she just has a fierce personality. But then there's moments on these jail calls where Mackenzie will be talking to her mom and she gets distracted by a new inmate that's coming in and she says, oh my God, another girl just got moved in our pod. She looks slow as fuck. Natalie's like, well, she may just be distraught because they're new. They just got into prison. No, and then she says the R word.
God, another girl just got moved on our pod. She looks slow as...
Well, she may be distraught.
No, she looks...
She's meaner than a wet cat. I always find it interesting when people who have zero sympathy for others expect full sympathy for themselves from every single person around them. she's talking about how she doesn't want to go to court, aka to her own murder trial. She's like, if one of Davion and Dom's friends, do you guys remember H? I talked about H. He was one of the first students to kind of start his own little investigation. And yes, he did come up with some conspiratorial thoughts about what happened. And even the police pointed out some of it was a little off. But he was very passionate about trying to get justice, right? And you have to have some level of respect for that. But he also should... He's the one that responded to Mackenzie on social media when she posted about Dom. And then he was like, what about Davion? Mackenzie says, I don't want to go to the courtroom if H is in the courtroom. I don't feel safe with him anywhere near me. I feel like he's going to attack me.
What?
Natalie is like, I don't know if there's anything you can do about that. Well, I'm going to refuse to go in the courtroom then. Honey, you can't. Just don't even look over there. And then he's like hugging Miss Russo. She's probably the one that told him to come harass me at the grave and follow me that day.
And then he's like hugging Miss Russo, like, she's probably the one that told him to like come harass me at the grave and like follow me that day. Like,
bro,
there is zero proof of that.
What type of projection she got going on? Not everybody acts like her. Like, what type? Like, what the fuck?
By the way, and it's just kind of weird. You're the one on trial for killing 2 people. I don't know if there are that many people that are scarier than you in the town of Strongsville.
Man.
And I do get that there is some nuance to who is in the room during a murder trial. The defendant usually wants to have family and friends to show up to show the jury, or the judge in this case, that they have support, that not everybody has turned on them. So it must mean that there is a shot at redemption, right? Mackenzie asks Natalie if Rosie and Bubba can come to the courtroom, which Natalie responds,
Mackenzie, I'm not talking about anything on the phone. I already told you. If they can or can't. Why?
try to get as many people to come to my court as possible.
So the people that can. Some people have to work, and if they can't get out of work, then they can't come.
Mackenzie is upset that Rosie has not shown up to court a single time to support her, and her mom Natalie has to explain to her over the course of one too many jail calls that, quote, Rosie cannot show up to court because she's on the defense witness list. And if the defense were to ever call her, they cannot, because she's been there for other parts of the trial. And if there is a sequestration order in place, which there most likely is, judging based off the jail calls, right, then Rosie can't come to court. Which, side note, remember Rosie was like, I was willing to testify, but I was never called? I think that applied both ways. I'm assuming the prosecution never called her because she's on the defense witness list. And most likely it would not help the prosecutor's case. Like, she would just be such a risky witness that would provide probably no value to the prosecutors.
Right,
But it is interesting that it was phrased as more so like, oh, if the prosecutors called me, I would have come, right? But there is a little bit more to the story. Anyway, the whole thing just does not feel right to Mackenzie. She's not having it. Good old Mackenzie, sharp as a marble. She still doesn't like that Rosie hasn't
sharp as a marble
shown up to court. And on top of that, there's this developing issue where Rosie is friends with people who don't like Mackenzie, and this is like really bothering Mackenzie. I deduced this from the fact that Mackenzie brings it up across multiple different jail calls with her mom when they could be talking about literally anything else. One call starts off normally, with Mackenzie talking about how she couldn't sleep well the night before because, quote, somebody's fucking arguing loud as fuck at 4 a.m. and I couldn't go back to sleep, but then I got anxiety because, oh, I forgot to tell you. So Rosie's hanging out with, like, Natalie interrupts her. No, I know. No, that's all fixed. I told her not to say anything because it's not confirmed and it's 100% not true. She unfriended them and everything. I don't believe that. I do. Because how are you going to post that shit about me?
So, like, Rosie's hanging out with, like...
No, I know. Like, no, that's all fixed. I told her not to say anything because it's not confirmed, and it's 100% not true. She unfriended them and everything.
I don't believe that.
I do.
Because how are you going to post that shit about, like, me?
So she's saying that Rosie is hanging out with this girl named Sammy. And Sammy has been posting negatively about Mackenzie online. And Mackenzie is upset that Rosie is hanging out with someone like Sammy.
How's she knowing all of this?
Because another friend will call her.
She got eyes and ears everywhere.
The other friend that I believe is the other one in the documentary.
Like don't you have too involved over what?
And I also think it's weird that Natalie's so involved.
Yeah,
Natalie
like
is like, how do you know she's with Sammy every day? Because every time I would call Rosie when I would be, you know, at free phone call day, she would be with Sammy. And if Sammy's gonna post that weird ass shit about me and Rosie's cool with her, I'm not gonna be cool with her. So Natalie is like, I'm gonna reach out to Faith, and Faith is going to look into it. Now, Faith is the other one in the Netflix documentary, and like has
that
been
supports Mackenzie.
Yeah. And so Natalie is like, Faith's checking into what that was. I don't think they're together anymore. Like, I don't think they're hanging out anymore. Well, Faith told me that they hang out every single day, and I believe Faith because I want to be told stuff like that. She doesn't know that, though. I don't know if she knows that or not. She talked to Rosie last night, so let's just wait to see what she says. But that's weird as fuck. What the fuck? Right. How come I don't have this issue with any of the other people who just like support me?
So like that's just weird as fuck. Like what the fuck? Like like how come I don't have this issue with any of my other people who just like support me?
I don't know if it's an issue though, sweetie. It's clearly an issue. I mean, she clearly took down all the pictures of me off her Instagram with her, and that's weird as fuck. And then she won't put free Kenzie and shit like that.
I mean, girl, what? Does she not know that the whole world don't fuck with her or something? You don't think that your million subscriber friend is trying to distance him? You know what? I guess she thought they were BFFs, man.
That's weird. And now she's hanging out with someone who wants to be like, yup, when they find me guilty of murder. Like, that's just wait till you talk to Faith. And I will literally block Rosie's contact on here. I don't know why.
Okay.
I just get weird ass vibes from her.
Okay.
I know. And that's because she means a lot to you. What? She means a lot to you. No, that's not. Faith and Jada and Kendra mean a lot to me too, and I don't get those vibes from them. So that's not why. That's definitely not why. Mackenzie gets a little upset at her mom saying, but why didn't you tell me is the crazy thing. I don't like that. How would I know? Natalie tells her that she just needs to talk to Faith first before talking to Rosie and not spread unnecessary anxiety or whatever unless she's sure about it. But Mackenzie is still ranting about Sammy, saying, so weird. Imagine posting my face and shit just for clout and shit. Mackenzie's simplicity is enviable. Later in the call, Mackenzie brings it up again, asking, so what did Rosie say to you about this shit?
Mackenzie, she loves you to death. And don't forget, she was, innocent.
Where? That doesn't mean anything.
But it means something if she did what you wanted. Why are you lying?
She loves you. I think she feels like she's got weird vibes. I said that to her before. She was like, no, please tell her I love her so much, and like the summer's unbearable without her. I think about her every day.
But that's all she says every single time. Like it's like.
But that's all she says every single time. Like, that is so weird to me. I'm just weirded out. I just feel like, why did you delete everything off Instagram about me? Then ask her, Ken. Why are you hanging out with people that are weird as fuck?
Ask her.
Ask her. Just be like, I heard you were hanging out with people that are glad I'm in here. Is that true? I don't even want to call her, though, and waste my time.
I don't even want to call her, though, and waste my time with her. Like,
don't accuse.
I'm accusing the fuck out of her. I don't give a fuck. Like, I'm already told, like, my people wouldn't lie.
That's not true, though. Talk to Faith first, what the conversation was, and then ask her.
I'm just weirded out by her, like.
I don't know, I'm just weirded out by her.
Fucking
but
ask
nobody likes being accused of things they didn't do, right? If you can't post my face and be like, free her, if you can't post and be like, free Kenzie, she's fucking innocent, like, this is crazy shit. Like, what the fuck? That's weird.
You don't think that she probably thinks that you're not fucking innocent? That could be something, I don't know, like a possibility.
She was there. She did all that. She did not post free me. And if my friend was in fucking jail, I'd post them every fucking day being like, free them. Okay, but she did post on your birthday, remember? I didn't see anybody else do that except for Rosie and Nina. Like, So just pause and ask her, are you hanging out with Sammy? I heard she's glad I'm in here. Are you still hanging out with her? Don't accuse. Ask.
Don't accuse.
And she posted on your birthday. There's just weird shit going on. I don't know. Just keep being strong, keep the faith, and you have to trust in your friends, okay?
Keep the faith? Okay.
There's just weird shit going on. I don't know.
Just be strong, keep the faith, and you have to trust in your friends.
It appears they figure out what the problem is, but Mackenzie is still confused why Rosie never shows up to court to support her, to which again, Natalie reminds her, because we didn't know she was going to be a witness, remember? We didn't know, so she couldn't have been there. You can't sit in there if you're a witness. In another call, Natalie reassures Mackenzie about Rosie, and Natalie says that she went through all of Rosie's pages, which is just like weird behavior for a mom, and saw that she's not following Sammy. What are you doing? Tell your child to get a grip. Why are you stalking college kids on Instagram to see who they're following?
Remember when you said she's like, want to be a high schooler or something? That's probably what it is, I guess. Probably is what it is. Or she's just getting the scoop for her daughter that she's supporting in jail. Did she talk to her dad?
But it appears this family is just super committed to their faults and limitations because Natalie continues to reassure Mackenzie that she saw that Rosie is not following Sammy. But Mackenzie is like, but see, that makes me nervous because what if she's lying?
But see, that makes me nervous though, because what if she's just lying? She's like, Sammy, I have to unfollow you for a little bit, but I'm about to like tell you.
She would never. You gotta trust. She would never.
How do you know?
She's been there for you from the beginning of time. Post your birthday.
showing up for you everywhere. You gotta trust. You gotta let that go.
So weird to me though.
Okay, this whole thing is so weird to me for a multitude of reasons. Why does Mackenzie care so much? Just stop talking to Rosie then. It's not like you have to talk to her. It's not like you guys
That's
go
what
to the
I'm
same
saying.
school. You're in prison. In fact, it takes more energy and money to talk to her on these collected call lines. Also, Natalie, why are you getting involved? Why are you not telling your daughter, get a grip? Get a grip. Why are you so adamant that your daughter should be nice to Rosie? That's also weird. Why can't you just tell her, okay, then just don't be friends with her? Damn.
For
Why
real,
does she
bro.
have to see from Rosie's side? Why does she have to trust Rosie? Like, all of this is weird. That's not to say that I'm on anyone's side of the argument. I just think this whole thing is dumb and I'm confused why everyone keeps going. There's another call where Natalie almost cryptically tells Mackenzie she should never doubt Bubba or Rosie, and Mackenzie wants to know why. She's like, what are they doing? I can't really get into it on the phone, but they're amazing. 100% amazing. You should never have doubt in your mind about that one, especially Rosie. Bubba, you should never have doubt in your mind about their,
Why? What are they doing?
I can't really get into it on the phone, but amazing. It's not amazing. Never have a doubt in your mind about that one, especially.
What?
Bubba, you should never have a doubt in your mind about their.
That's crazy. When
Yeah.
was this? We don't know.
it seems like it was during the trial or soon after.
Okay.
But down in her mind, Mackenzie it might be the only thing up there, okay? In a later phone call, Mackenzie brings it up again and she says,
my gosh.
I'm going to have people watching her. And if as soon as she hangs out with her, she's getting fucking blocked on everything. And you need to take her out of the group chat.
Right.
I'm gonna have people watching her, and if as soon as she hangs out with her, she's getting fucking on everything, and you need to take her out of the group chat.
Why?
Okay.
Yeah.
What the
Yeah,
fuck?
yeah, yeah.
Bro,
Yeah.
Grim
what is
Reaper
happening
strikes
right now?
again.
And Natalie's like agreeing. Like Natalie has a group chat with Mackenzie's friends.
She's like running a mafia in there or something.
Yes.
Like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna have people watching
gosh.
this person. I'm gonna take you out, and I'm gonna.
Yeah.
And the punishment is just blocking them. Holy crap.
They will know. Like,
Yeah,
what is happening right now?
Natalie continues, you've got to trust. And there's nobody on her Instagram page. It's just her modeling pictures. Nobody's on there. Not even Nina. But it used to be all of us. I just think it's weird. I don't know. I don't like
Then
how
it's
she just
just
deleted our
weird.
pictures. And she also deleted that YouTube video again. There's nothing anywhere though. You can't read into these things. You have to ask a question. Ask, don't accuse. She deleted the YouTube video. I don't need to ask. And I want you to change my Instagram bio.
To
To
what?
what? If they ain't hating, you doing something wrong. The fuck? That's what you need to change it to. And then do hashtag free Kenzie. Okay. Don't forget. Do it right now because I don't want you to like make it some stupid shit on accident.
And I want you to change my Instagram bio.
To what?
If they ain't hating, you doing something wrong. Fuck.
Bro, what if she like accidentally deleted her fucking Instagram?
That's what you need to change it to. And then do hashtag free Kenzie.
Okay.
Don't forget. Do it right now, because like I don't want you to make it so
Hold on a
stupid
minute.
shit on accident, like accidentally missaying what I tried to say.
The quote
Fucking
in its
deactivate
entirety is
that
stupid,
motherfucker.
but okay.
Did they change it? Oh wait, her Instagram's gone. Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh
In
shit.
another call, Mackenzie tells her mom to put "Long live Dom" and "Long live Davion" in my bio too.
That's the
which I
first
just
time
feel
they
like
talk-
is a slap in the face to the victims' families.
That's the
and there's
first
just
time
a
she said
lot of
anything about
concern
that.
that she has of whether or not people support her. Mackenzie rants again to Natalie that she has a few friends that have yet to reach out to her in jail, and Natalie is reassuring her that those friends are just quote weak. You know,
Weak?
She's just weak, and she doesn't have a real good, secure sense of who she is. She's just a follower. I feel like there's more pressing matters to tend to, but I mean, like, what could be more urgent, I guess? Like, the more pressing matters could include how the Shirillas believe the judge presiding over Mackenzie's face
Oh my gosh.
is corrupt. That's what they keep saying. The Shirillas believe the judge overseeing Mackenzie's case is corrupt. At least that's what they've been alluding to nonstop. They believe that there's something going on between Dom Russo's family and Judge Russo. Which, side note, a few things, okay? They do share the same last name. Does not mean that they are related. They are not related. That has been proven. And another thing, Christine Russo, Dom's mother, did in fact work for the DA's office, but that again doesn't necessarily mean anything. It's not like she's currently working for the DA's office, and there's nothing to prove any sort of nefarious connection that would have impacted the trial. The main things I keep hearing from the Shirillas is that the investigators didn't hand over some interviews during discovery, which allegedly has Dom's mom and brother talking about Mackenzie's medical condition, POTS. Which I did hear in one interview. Dom's mom says that Mackenzie started bringing it up after the crash, and she felt like it was trying to plant seeds. But let's say this is true. Maybe they're sitting there and being like, oh yeah, I saw her faint all the time. I saw her pass out all the time, right? Like, just for hypotheticals, let's say that's true. Even if they said that, I don't know how that changes anything as it pertains to the trial. Like I said, you can have POTS and drive safely. You can have POTS and kill people in a car crash. It was up to them to bring in a POTS expert, a medical expert, to prove that she indeed did have some sort of accident relating to POTS. It's not up to Dom's mom. Like, it's not Dom's mom's opinion. So I just don't know where this correlation is, but they're kind of alluding to like some sort of corruption behind the scenes. Aside from that,
Rock Nation.
I do think that if they really did not receive certain key things in discovery that were necessary to their defense, that would be a big problem. Like, there are strict laws for discovery, and that just doesn't seem to be the basis of their appeal, or at least not the main one. And it's just not something that they bring up all the time. It's just in interviews. I would imagine that's a huge thing. And the second thing is, they bring up frequently in interviews, is that they believe that there's some sort of corruption or bribery happening. In one interview, the interviewer says to Mackenzie's dad, Steve, the interviewer says, you know, I was trying to explain that having the last name Russo in this county is like having the last name Kennedy in Boston. I just don't know if that's like a really good comparison, because the Kennedy, like, that is a globally known last name with a lot of power behind it, especially in the political world. But it's just kind of odd. To which Steve looks really smug and he responds, there might be some truth to that. Like I said, this is a political family, and I apologize to the Flanagan family right now. If it was just Davion in that car, she wouldn't be in jail. It would have.
Yo, what the fuck is wrong with these people? Yo, this shit is crazy. Dog, what the fuck is wrong? What the fuck are wrong with these people?
Never left the juvenile.
What the fuck is wrong? Sorry, I'm having a grammar thing in my brain. Bro.
This has to do with the boy's last name and the judge saying, well, I don't have a blood relationship. Look, I'm not saying she has a blood relationship. I'm saying she has a relationship with the Russo family. And he, you know, even saying that in court, if you're going to believe like she doesn't have a relationship, you're fooling yourself. I'm not saying it's directly with Christine Russo, but, you know, down the road here, but it's with somebody. Christine Russo was part of the prosecutor's office at one point, and I believe she's friends with Tim Troop. I think they were in the office together.
And I apologize to the Flanagan family right now. If it was just Davion in the car, she wouldn't be in jail. It would have never left the juvenile court.
Why you whisper that?
This has to do with the boy's last name. And the judge saying, well, I don't have a blood relationship. Look, I'm not saying she has got a blood relationship. I'm saying she has relationships with the Russo family, and her even saying that in court just...
This shit don't make no sense. Like, I don't have a blood relationship, but like, the only reason why you're saying this is because of the last name. You think people with the same last name just got a relationship just because you don't believe in coincidences? Don't you believe your daughter had POTS coincidentally before this? Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Yo, this nigga is... Oh, I don't like this guy. My gosh.
If you're going to believe she doesn't have a relationship, you're fooling yourself.
Then I'm a damn fool.
Steve has
like,
asked,
what?
Why do you think they went so hard against her? There's the part where maybe I'll get myself into trouble. Let's try to avoid... I think there's some collusion going on. I think it's a fix. I think it's a favor. The last name Russo in this town... I understand that lots of conspiratorial things do end up being true. And I think at face value, the criminal justice system in America has a lot of deep flaws.
Yes.
But the way they make it seem like she is a scientist curing cancer and we got to take her down, like it's kind of this weird energy.
It's odd, bro.
Before the conviction, Mackenzie is talking to her mom about how she feels about this whole thing, and she says, I understand that I'm gonna have to do some time. I obviously would rather not. I feel like I shouldn't do any, but that's how it's gonna, you know, this is the situation. That is what will make the families happy. But murder? That's just horrible. Natalie agrees. Nope. So we're just going to go fight, a guns a-blazing.
Tatake.
Mackenzie tells her, I'm so for real. Contact who I told you to contact, like that famous person.
Like, I obviously would rather not. I feel like I shouldn't do any, but that's how this has to be in this situation. That will make the families happy. But murder, like,
no, hell no.
That's just horrible. And
that's what I mean. So we're just going to go fight, and guns a-blazing.
And I'm so for real. Contact who I told you to contact, like that famous person.
I'm on.
You can get a protest going and shit, like.
We finna march for Mackenzie? You're about to have a 1,000,000-man march for Mackenzie. That's.
I think she's talking about Kim Kardashian again. Oh, I know. I'm on it. Mackenzie thinks that they should organize some sort of event for her. But you can get like a protest going on and shit. Like, yeah, I'm dead ass serious. Like a whole ass protest. Natalie tells her they will keep fighting, but I hope it doesn't go that route because that would be ridiculous. Mackenzie says yes. And honestly, if the judge does that, I'm just going to know that she has some weird ass shit going on, like bribery or something. That's all I can think of. I guess Mackenzie wants her mom to get someone famous, maybe Kim Kardashian, then organize some sort of protest in the off chance that the judge does find Mackenzie guilty of murder, which she thinks is unfathomable, unless there's some sort of corruption.
Collusion.
And in another call, Mackenzie wonders. So clearly the judge just wants to speed this process up as fast as she can and get it out of her hand. And like, this is a very common thing. Judges do have a schedule. They do want speedy trials. Right. So like, this is nothing new. I wonder how much money she made from this.
Wonder how much money she made from this.
The judge?
Yeah, that's what she says. They need to look for like deposits or some shit or cash, some weird shit. They probably gave her the cash that like Dom had. Kenzie, we're not talking about anything, remember?
Bro, what is...
I don't even know what you're talking about, so just stop.
They need to look for like deposits or some shit or cash. They probably gave her the cash that like Dom had.
Kenzie, we're not talking about anything, remember? Don't.
And again, I think her mom is just saving for the fact that this is a recorded line. In one call with a friend, Mackenzie is talking about how she's going to be on the news and the verdict is going to come out, which her friend says, and like her friends are crazy too. Why are they so obsessed with you?
Why are they so obsessed with your...
I don't know. Maybe the shit that she fucking did. Sometimes that be throwing me, bro. It's just like people be like, oh, why are you so obsessed with this person? And this is some crazy shit they did, and we're trying to figure out what's going on because apparently you don't fucking remember. Like what? Like what are we talking about, bro? This big ass fucking onion, and over here talking about, oh, why are people so obsessed? Why everybody want to keep smelling this onion? I don't know, because the onion fucking stinks. And it's more layers. Like, yo, like what
with you?
fuck,
like
bro?
You've gotten a fucking car accident. Like I've gotten in 3 of those. Like,
oh, sorry.
It's probably just because like my boyfriend's last name is like Russo and like his family is just like trying to like do some weird shit. I don't know. They don't fuck with me no more.
Again, like I did look into it, okay? And there are lots of people with the name Russo. And there are lots of people in politics or in the legal field with the last name Russo.
Okay.
But also, there's lots of Koreans with the last name Lee. Are they related to Samsung? Probably not. Are they bribing people in court? Probably not. They're probably just a regular person with the same last name.
Right.
She says,
what?
like, I would understand if they gave me like a normal charge, but like the charges that they gave me are like literally insane. They're trying to make it seem like something that it's not. It's not like I didn't do this on purpose. I got in a car accident. I'm a 3rd victim. There's evil working against me. And I'm like,
there's evil working against me. Like, and then I'm like, why would I be saved to live like life if like they were just going to arrest me? And like, I don't understand. They brought me back to life just to put me in jail. Like that just doesn't make any sense.
Who brought you back to
me.
life?
Like,
so then I try to think like, damn, maybe there's something like good for me that's planned.
so then like I try to think that like, damn, maybe there's like something good for me planned. Maybe like,
Yes, be remorseful and change your life around or something. Holy shit. You were given the chance to live. Usually that kind of, isn't that like what, sometimes that's what happens?
this is all a part of my story, and then I'm gonna write my book when I get out of here and shit.
There's another phone call where during the trial, like I said, they were not very excited about media coverage as they are with the Kim Kardashian phone call. And Mackenzie is just ranting about like, why are people talking about me? And Natalie says, who knows? I mean, is the world that bored? Mackenzie says,
yeah, but why is it making like, what's so like, I don't even know.
Who knows? That's what I mean. I mean, is the world that bored?
There's nothing like important going on, like hunger or something like that.
I know, exactly.
Which is also interesting. The whole, is the world really that bored is an interesting take because it feels like it's coming from the perspective of why is the world so focused on Mackenzie when that's not the case. The world.
And also she wanted the world to be focused on Mackenzie. She wanted to be famous. This is what she wanted. Remember? Like what?
Was focused on Dom and Davion being killed, and it just happens to include Mackenzie purely because she's the one convicted, or at least on trial at this point, of killing them. It feels oddly self-centered. Natalie assures her. But there's a lot of people that are like talking and they have your back in all the comment threads too. So like that's kind of nice. Another phone call between Mackenzie and Natalie. This is like soon after the verdict is announced. The judge finds Mackenzie guilty and Mackenzie says, "I'm literally in shock. That was the last thing I expected to happen." This is probably the most emotional phone call. And she sounds like very distraught. This is just crazy. I don't understand how they could just be like, yeah, she wanted that to happen. No, like they're all zooming in on my face and shit, and then they're getting to like handcuffing me and shit. Mackenzie asks her mom, why would they keep me alive if they want me to be in jail?
Bro, what the
this
fuck?
is just like, I don't even, like, I'm like literally in shock. Like, that was like just the last thing I expected to happen.
Same with me, baby. I'm flabbergasted. In total shock.
That was just like crazy. Like, and it's like, I don't understand how they could just be like, yeah, she wanted that to happen. Like, no.
Did she forget that she literally threatened? I guess she forgot. Because apparently she just forgets shit. So, sure.
Oh, no, my God.
No, like,
no.
They're all like zooming in on my face and then like they get to like handcuffing me and like.
Exactly. Don't. I know.
So embarrassing. Like, I just did.
I'm so sorry. Kenzie, this is going to make me cry, but you're alive, okay? You're alive.
Why would they do that?
Oh, there's the
Why
father.
would they keep me alive if they want me to be in jail?
Because we don't know what your story is. Your story isn't done yet. It's just beginning. Who knows what the future holds for you? Who knows what the reason is? But there's a reason, okay? We just got to get through this journey. Keep praying, baby. And just know that everything happens for a reason. And who knows? This may have saved you from something. I don't know. But that was craziness. And we've already begun fighting.
Interestingly enough, in one phone call, Steve jumps in and and it seems like Steve is out of these phone calls because he literally cannot hold his tongue, which is evident through his interviews.
Yeah.
Right. But he does jump in one and he says, "I'm angry for you, baby. I'm just letting you know I'm angry. Every waking second that I'm thinking is about you. That is all I'm thinking about.
Every waking second that I'm thinking is about you."
Fuck, man. I'm mad too. Shit. Fuck out of here. Like, bro, what the hell?
I love you so much, and I cannot believe you are being put through this. This is, I hope karma comes back and bites everybody that's against you in the ass so hard that they all disappear. If I had a magic wand, I wouldn't go back and help Davian first. I'd make everybody else disappear. I'd click my...
What'd you just say?
It bites everybody that's against you in the ass so hard that they all disappear. If I had a magic wand, I wouldn't go back and help Davian first.
If I had a magic wand, I wouldn't go back and help Davion first.
I'd make everybody else disappear. I'd click my fingers.
I'd click my fingers and everybody would disappear by a fatal ass bite. Yeah. Teeth. I feel like I'm going insane just listening to these people talk. Like, why would you, like, why the fuck? Why would you say that, yo?
And everybody would disappear.
Everybody would
That's how
disappear?
angry I am. They screwed you so bad.
Why would you say that? If I had a magic wand, I wouldn't go help Davion first. Like, why the fuck would you say that, yo?
Okay, I gotta go. Bye. I love you.
Nigga just came in and just said a bunch of bullshit for, you know what? All right. If I had a magic wand, I'd click my heels 3 times and go back to Kansas just because I don't... Like, what, yo?
Buddy, I'm on your side 100%. And I know you do this on purpose.
So I don't know if he's saying like he would help Davion first or if he would make everyone disappear.
No, he said he'll make the... No, I heard what he said. We did a rewind. He said he wouldn't help Davion first. He would make sure everybody that said something against his precious daughter would disappear. That's what he said. What about Dom? Like, what the fuck?
What does that mean?
He says, I click my fingers and everybody would disappear. That's what I would do. That's how angry I am. They screwed you so bad.
Wait. He said he want to go back in time.
If he had a magic
save
wand, and
Davion
he says,
first?
I wouldn't go back and help Davion first.
I wouldn't go back?
Yeah.
and help
Yes,
him?
he said wouldn't.
Says.
That's what
but
he
he's
said.
also like very like doesn't make any sense.
I will make everyone disappear.
Yeah, so
because,
I think
like he's like, I hate everybody.
Yeah, I think maybe in the past he might have. This is just me taking from this statement and trying to see what that means. Maybe he's said in the past like I would go back and I would first help Davion, but they're very upset about Davion's family's victim statements. So maybe he's saying, oh, after this, like now I'm so mad.
I wouldn't go back
Yeah.
and save him.
I would just make everybody disappear.
Like what?
It's interesting,
bro?
but Mackenzie reiterates in a phone call with her mom. No, it's not. But like this time, it's like they're saying I did it on purpose. So she's like upset that all the news is saying that she did it on purpose.
Now this time it's saying that, like, making the whole world know that they just think I did it on purpose. Well, I'm found guilty of doing it on purpose when I fucking didn't do it on purpose.
I know. I know.
I didn't even do it on accident. It wasn't even anything. It wasn't like I don't even fucking know what happened.
I know.
What does that mean? If you didn't do it on purpose, it would have had to have been an accident. Like, I'm confused. What do you mean you did nothing? Like, how does that even make sense? You're the one driving. Even if you suffered from a medical emergency, it would still be an accident.
Right.
It just feels like a lack of self-reflection. Mackenzie encourages her mom to make some sort of Free Mackenzie Facebook page, which Rosie told us that the Shirillas are not running, but there are extensive phone calls where Mackenzie keeps encouraging her mom to make a Facebook page about it. You should really make a Facebook page where it's like talking about how this is all wrong. Natalie informs her, Kenzie, stop talking on the phone right now about these things. You can't talk on the phone. We have to talk in person.
You should really make a Facebook page where it's like talking about how like this is just wrong and like.
Kenzie, stop talking on the phone right now about things. You can't talk on the phone. We have to talk in person.
And again, that's not me insinuating that they run the Facebook page. I have no idea who runs the Facebook page, but there was just a lot of conversations where Mackenzie tells Natalie to run a Facebook page, and lo and behold, there's a Facebook page.
When you get charged, what the judge is looking for is like remorse.
Yeah.
Like you're sorry, you see where you fucked up. But everything they're doing and the parents are doing on top of it's only making this worse.
Yeah.
This is never going to work out, even in the long run. The parents are still babying her to enable her.
That's what Davion's parents said. They say that if she even gets out in 15, however many years, right?
Yeah.
If her parents keep doing this, like nothing will change.
Yeah.
They probably gonna have a new car ready for her if she gets out. Like, what the fuck? With a new bong.
And they're doing it.
It'll get worse and worse.
Yes.
Natalie Vance.
Well, I can't talk about anything on this stupid fucking phone call.
Yes,
So-
because bald head is listening. Hey, what's up?
Who bald?
Davion first joined the Flanagans when he was 8.5 years old. So
Thank you. Let's get
Davion
some-
and his sisters were
Yes.
actually adopted by the Flanagan family. And the biggest thing that they remember
Shout out to the
is that
Flanagans,
he was
cuz.
just obsessed with football ever since he was a kid. Like, he never had the opportunity to be involved in organized sports, which, of course, Davion's mom, Mrs. Flanagan, is like, football? Like, out of all the sports, why football, right? She's worried about him, but she also just, like, wants him to experience what he wants to do. And Davion's dad says Davion saw a lot in those 8.5 years before he came to us. I believe he was, in fact, like 2 years of it was in county care, which is really rough.
Oh my.
He says he was exposed to a lot of things that no one should be exposed to at all, let alone a child. They say that, you know, he was even the team barber for the football coach and the
shit.
football team. So he had his own equipment and he would always have them over, much to their detriment, they say, because there's hair all over the place all the time.
Oh gosh.
And they think that senior year was really hard for Davion because he tore his ACL. It was like third game of his senior season. He wanted to go to football, like scholarship for football for college. And he loses the thing that he was so passionate about. And I think there was a lot of discourse that I saw online that, especially with when your childhood, the first initial years of childhood are extremely rough psychologically, a lot of people encourage putting those children into sports.
Right.
Like, I know in
Okay.
Korea, like, martial arts is like a big thing as well, because it helps to, like, there's just a lot of research of how it helps the development, especially when, you know, he has seen a lot that he shouldn't have to have seen as a kid. And I think losing that was huge for him. Davion's dad says, I think if we're completely being honest, it was probably the start of his downward spiral.
Oh my
Downward
gosh.
spiral being, I think that he just had a very normal teenager rebellious streak. And
Oh,
Davion's
okay.
parents say that they didn't
Rest in
like him
peace to
smoking
Davion,
weed.
bro.
They thought weed was a gateway drug, but they can also see how he did get into weed because he had so much anxiety and it would just help with his anxiety, and it finally felt like it was calming down a lot of the feelings that he might have had. And, you know, he's been through so much more hardship than so many people his age, and he's going through this normal, very rebellious teenage phase. Of course, there's going to be arguments and disagreements with his parents, but it seemed like, by all accounts, what everybody has been saying, and not just the family, but friends of Davion, that if anyone was going to get through it, it was going to be Davion and the Flanagans.
Rest in peace to
But
Davion,
Mackenzie took
bro.
him.
Yeah.
Just took him away from them.
I really appreciate this Davion section 2. I have been saying, like, yo, can we please get give Davion his flowers, bro? Because fuck, dude.
Davion's parents say Davion was always the one checking in on his sisters. So him and his 2 sisters were adopted.
Aww.
And Divine Flanagan has been really vocal, and she's done a lot of insightful interviews where she talks about the process that she had to go through with grief and mourning, and probably is definitely still going through. But she says, you know, there was a DM that she received from Mackenzie, and this is like August 5th of 2022. This is like a few days after the crash.
A few days?
Mackenzie writes, like, this is after killing Davion, her brother. Hey, you don't need to answer me. I wouldn't expect you to. I just want to say I'm sorry for everything. I love you and Davion. He was like a brother to me. I hope you're all getting as positive, calm energy because your family deserves it, and I'm praying for you guys. What is that message after killing someone's brother? Davion's mom tells the judge, I want to share a small part of what we lost July 31st, 2022. My son Davion is and always will be so much more than cargo. He was precious. He was an amazing soul with a heart of gold. He gave to the world what he wanted most in his life, which was love. The kind of love that would rescue a friend in the middle of the night, no questions asked. The kind that would protect others and honor them. He made friends easily with his infectious smile. He was gifted athlete. My son did not have a clique of friends, but instead he was a friend of all. Davion made sure that everyone that crossed his path knew that he truly saw them, that he valued them, and that they were worth his time.
Rest in
And
peace to
typically,
Davion,
I mean,
cuz.
this sounds like something that a lot of mothers would say about their children. But after going through this massive FOIA request on this file, things are not edited to look beneficial to anyone, even the victims. I mean, this really is like a spot-on description of Davion. He had friends like everywhere, and all of them are coming to the police trying to ask, like, how can we help? Here's what we found. Like, we're investigating. People are
Real
going
dude,
out
man.
of their way to express how much of an impact that he had on them. And I don't think they were doing that intentionally. I think it was just like they couldn't help it because they're going through that grief.
Right.
Davion's mom continues. Davion was adopted with his sisters from foster care. They're biological siblings. We were honored to be chosen to, or to have, you know, been chosen to be their parents. They're forever family, and I'm devastated by the loss of Davion. The world lost a truly special man. My girls lost their best friend, their protector, the one and only trusted family that has been by their side from day one. He alone understands the pain and loss that they have gone through and was always there for them. This fact alone breaks my heart for my girls and my family. So
Rest
many
in
dreams
peace,
shattered,
bro.
a future stolen. We will never get to see the amazing man that he surely was to become. His life was precious, like I said. He was so much more than cargo.
And they were mad that she said that?
Davion's parents are very religious, and I do think that there was a part included where Davion's mom is talking about religion and how Mackenzie should repent. Davion's sister, Divine, tells the judge in part, I don't want this pain for anyone else. I don't want people to have to go through this. As an 18-year-old, I hate the fact that he was gone because someone decided to take his life. Now that Davion is gone, I feel stuck. I feel as if I can't move forward. I feel lost. He was the only one who picked me up when I fell. He was my best friend and the only person that stayed with me since I was born. This is a recorded phone call of Mackenzie and Natalie talking about Davion's family's impact statements. Mackenzie says on the recorded jail line, and when Davion's mom said, I hope Kenzie can repent and weird ass shit, like that was weird as fuck. Natalie says, I do feel bad for Divine. Obviously. I do too. That's what Mackenzie says.
And like when Davion's mom said, I hope Kenzie can like repent and like weird ass shit, like that was weird as fuck. I was like, what?
I feel bad.
So what faith is she supposed to keep if telling her to repent is weird?
I do feel bad for Divine, obviously, 100%.
I do too.
Totally.
So in Divine's impact statement, she's talking about how it feels like Mackenzie has no remorse. It feels like she doesn't care. And like even before the jail calls, it's like she went out for Halloween. She went out to the Kid Cudi concert. Like it's very clear she just does whatever she wants. But they start talking about Divine and what she said. And Mackenzie says, Divine said something along the lines of Mackenzie always has the easy way out. Mackenzie says, you don't even know me, so what the fuck do you mean easy way out?
That's what I'm saying. You don't even know me, so like, what the fuck do you mean the easy way out? Because I never even hung out with you ever. Like, what the fuck is the easy way out? I don't even understand what that means.
Bro, that mask be coming off easy as shit, cuz.
So everybody knows exactly what went on in this house at all times of the day.
Our house?
Yeah, because, you know, you were never disciplined. There was never consequences. There was no anything. You always had the easy way out. You know, just people like that. Just internet trolls. They don't even know us.
Natalie rants about the internet trolls, saying, quote, the internet trolls are evil and vile, and anyone saying anything positive is going to be attacked. There's no sense in doing that. They're evil, disgusting people. In a separate call, Natalie says, I wish I could talk to you in private. There's some shit being posted online. Your mind will be blown. There's sheep who believe everything that they read.
There's sheep who believe with everything that they read or hear and read on social media. And then there's smart people who know better. That's why I hate the internet. I hate social media. Ignorant people.
Natalie reassures Mackenzie, people that know you know that this is bullshit. People that don't know you are ignorant and they're talking out of their ass.
Well, I guess that's what I'm doing. Okay.
Christine Russo gives her impact statement to the judge, and she says, no one wanted this to be a murder. No one wanted to punish Mackenzie Shirilla for this accident, but this was not a car accident. The evidence and science prove that Mackenzie Shirilla murdered my son, Dominic, as well as Davion. We all know what happened in that car that day. What we don't know is why. I wish I could change this every day. I lost 3 children in that crash. Not a minute goes by each day that I don't think about my son as well as Davion. My heart is forever broken. The cries heard from the Shirilla family and friends after the verdict are nothing more than a lack of remorse. Mackenzie Shirilla had a choice. Dom and Davion did not. Mackenzie is in the back of the courtroom, and she's shaking her head while crying. We're all left here to mourn. Mackenzie is going to prison because you did this. Be thankful that you're still alive and have a future, whatever that may be. Dom and Davion were robbed of their futures, their hopes, and their dreams. Mackenzie showed no mercy on Dom, nor did she on Davion. Only God at this time can have mercy on her soul. Angelo, Dom's brother, tells the judge that Mackenzie is the most selfish person he knows, ironically dating Dom, his brother, who is the most selfless person he knows. Mackenzie Shirilla murdered Dom and Davion in cold blood and had already moved on. Kenzie killed Dom over the thought of losing him, and she made Davion collateral damage. She was driving, going to concerts, dressing up for Halloween, no thoughts of the feelings and lives that she had destroyed. Mackenzie rants in a jail call.
Okay, I was about to say,
understand Davion's mom. Like, I know how they think because they don't know me. But it's like what Mrs. Russo and Angelo said, that was just crazy. Oh my gosh, Kenzie, look, don't you think on it 1 second.
I just don't know why, like, it's just, like, it wasn't even, like, I understand, like, Davion's mom, like, kind of how they think, because they don't know me. But it's like what Miss Russo and Angelo said. That was just, like, crazy.
Oh, my gosh, Kenzie, look, don't you think on it 1 second.
Oh, my God, I hate her mom.
Yeah, Mackenzie points out the real things that are of importance now. I'm worried about my stuff, because that's how they feel about me. They definitely fucked up my stuff. Because remember, she has stuff in Dom's house? Why is Angelo such a fucking liar? What the fuck? Kenzie, they're just evil people, baby. I'm sorry. Don't think on it. Do not think on it anymore. Stop. I need you to stop, okay? Move forward. You hear, Mama?
1 second.
We didn't bring up my stuff at that Dom's house. I need to get my stuff. I'm worried about my stuff because that's how they feel about me. They definitely fucked up my stuff.
I never really have seen enabling parents before, not even to this type of extent. I ain't got no words, bro. These parents suck.
Like, why is Angelo such a fucking liar? Like, what the fuck? Like,
Kenzie, they're just evil people, baby. I'm sorry. Don't think on it. Do not think on it anymore. Stop. I need you to stop. Okay? Move
You hear,
forward.
Mama?
You hear, Mama?
Mama happy.
In another
Mama
phone call,
happy.
Kenzie keeps asking her parents, you need to get my stuff from Dom's house before they burn it or some shit. What are you going to do with the stuff? You're in prison.
Exactly.
In another call, Natalie feels like someone is finally on her side about something, and she says, oh, speaking of that, somebody was online saying how, there was no parental supervision with you and stuff. This was a party house, and I just let people have all kinds of parties here and everything. And finally, the neighbor across the street, she was like, you guys don't know what you're talking about. They're a wonderful family. They're very nice, and I live across the street. There were never parties over there. I don't know what you guys are talking about. Don't believe everything you hear. Yeah,
the phone.
well,
We got the phone.
all those people are just talking out of their ass.
She's talking out of my butt.
But are they? Natalie Shirilla also pleads with the judge in court before sentencing.
Mm-hmm. What'd she say?
And she's like wearing a tank top. It's the craziest thing. Like everyone, Divine, everyone, like people that are kids. I mean, Divine, I don't know if she was 18 no, I think she was younger than 18 at the time. Everyone showed up to court with, like, the decorum is there.
Mm-hmm.
Natalie's wearing a tank top. I understand clothing can get expensive, but if you're ever going to borrow a blazer, go buy a blazer and then return it, like today is the day.
Yeah, this is your daughter's.
Yeah, life. She says, my name is Natalie Shirilla. I just want to say, am I allowed to address them at all? And she kind of turns to Dom and Davion's families. I guess the judge gives her the okay. I just want to say to the families that I'm broken, sad, and lost, and my heart hurts for everyone, okay?
Okay.
She says, okay.
I just want to say to the families
Oh gosh.
that I'm broken, sad, and lost, and my heart hurts for everyone. Okay? Davion was her new friend, and Dom was the love of her life, and he was part of our family. Okay? I'm just so sorry that this happened, and we're heartbroken. Okay?
So it's almost like she's like, okay, check. Said sorry to them. Okay.
Oh
Did you hear me?
gosh.
Okay.
Bro, it's really like in anything that just they do, it just doesn't help. This shit just doesn't fucking help.
Okay. And then, Your Honor, this was a terrible, tragic nightmare accident to have happened that she has no memory of, and she will never emotionally or physically recover from it. She almost died too, and we're asking that you please not run the sentences consecutive. So that was a huge thing. If it's 15 years consecutive, she would need 30 years before the option of parole. I believe she needed to have parole as an option because she was 17, even though she's tried as an adult. And she does like the prayer hands. She's like, this is why we ask, do not run the sentences consecutive.
She stopped saying okay after
Yeah.
addressing the family.
Yeah. Dom was family, and we all loved each other.
Oh, gosh.
That morning of the accident, she called. So now she's like using this time to clarify shit. Remember how Dom's mom was like, when I called, she was so upset about Facebook. Do you remember?
Yeah.
Yes, I remember.
She called.
Pepperidge
I got a
Farm
call
remembers.
that there was a car accident, so I went to the hospital, and I didn't even know who was in the car. The names had not been confirmed yet, and I was like, I'm gonna cry because I missed him so much. We loved him so much, so I called Dom over and over again, praying that he was going to answer the phone, and he didn't answer the phone. So then I tried to call his mom, and she didn't answer the phone either, and still didn't know who was in the car. I didn't know if she was alive. I didn't know what was happening. So then when we were in the waiting room, and then his mom ended up, she did call me. So I answered the phone, and I was like, oh my God, I don't even know who was in the car. Like, what's happening? Was that Dom? And she said, what do you mean? My son is dead. And I was like, I'm so sorry. And then she said something like, and now I have to wait until your kid's out of the hospital. And then I didn't hear the rest. I guess this is her trying to share her side of the story, but like such a weird, odd way to spend time talking to the judge.
Yeah.
She says, we loved him so much. I hung up the phone. I did not talk about social media. I didn't even know what was going on yet. Okay. So then that was it.
What?
Yeah. She's
so
using
she's
this
trying to defend her own character right now? Like she's like, I didn't say social media.
Yeah. And then she brings up the whole modeling post, right? That was like a day after.
Model.
Bro, imagine. Okay, so if anybody's been to court, like, or you've seen like court live, you know how like it's just a deafening silence in there? Like, imagine just hearing this shit and you're just like, wait, is she really saying this? But like you can't really like say that. You have to like kind of like whisper it to the next person because you gotta be quiet in court, and you're just hearing this. This would be a very hard listen.
Post response.
Yes. In the hospital,
wow, this is mind blowing.
Yeah. I've never seen this happen before.
Oh my
She's
gosh.
like trying to clear her name.
Yeah. Usually when
Not even her daughter's name.
No, and usually when I say, oh, this was like the shittiest impact statement from a defendant's parent, it's because it's short and generic. Like, please have mercy on my kid, right? But this is like the shittiest of the shittiest I've ever seen.
Shit goes into the
in
negatives.
the hospital, that Vitality post, I commented on that because somebody called her a murderer, and she's not a murderer. She just got convicted of murder, right? So what? She didn't even have her phone at that point because the police still had it, okay? I jumped on and I was like, she's not a murderer. She's more sad than her, than most of the people commenting. She's been trying to get in touch with you. I mean, at that point, it was just an accident. So I commented on her behalf, not because of the modeling opportunity. Who cares about that? I don't want them to refer to her as a murderer, okay? I don't even know that comment got on the phone, because the police still had her device and she could.
Bro, Stephanie's impressions, pretty good. Shit's killing me though, I ain't gonna lie.
Not access her phone or social media. That's why I did it. I had called them asking if they could shut down social media because people were calling her a murderer and making death threats and organizing groups to take her out when she got out of the hospital and stuff. Yeah, Natalie. They'll just shut down social media to take care of your daughter. I'm sure Google, Meta, and Oracle would absolutely lose it all for your daughter. What better cause would there ever be? Natalie Shirilla does not know how to read the room. Mackenzie is like crying. She's so emotional during this. She's like, yes. I don't know if she feels vindicated, okay, but there's 2 officers in frame, and they also both look just like confused. This is during like the live stream of the verdict and the sentencing. They're looking like they're a mixture of bored and fucking confused, and like, what the fuck is this lady yapping about?
He just let her talk too.
What?
He just let her talk.
Natalie Shirilla continues. I didn't even want her phone. I don't care about her phone. I don't care about social media. I just wanted them to stop calling her a murderer.
I just wanted them to stop calling her a murderer so that when she did come to, and she did come out of surgery, multiple surgeries, that she wouldn't see all these people calling her a murderer, because she would never, ever, ever murder the love of her life. Okay?
She threatened to...
Halloween, for 3 months after the accident, she would only wear his clothes. She would only eat the snacks he ate. She would only listen to the music he wrote, okay?
Okay, she was laying in bed for 3 months crying. There was a shrine of him next to her with photos and things that he liked, and this flower that lights up that he got her because, you know, he wanted it to be fresh and alive forever. It's like a little beautiful flower. Okay. She's got this shrine of him next to her, so she was crying for 3 months. So her friends asked her if she wanted to go out to trick-or-treating or some Halloween, and it was at OU, Ohio University, and she didn't even want to go. She said, I don't know, should I go? She couldn't even walk yet, barely. So I told her, I said, baby, please go. It's Halloween. You've been laying for 3 months crying, only listening to his music. Please go have a moment of fun. A moment of fun. So we told her to go.
Oh, gosh. Bro, when I saw this in the doc, I was like, wow, they are really making her look so shitty. I didn't know that she was actually this shitty of a person.
Are these post?
These aren't Halloween of last year, so these would be post-crash, just before she was charged in November.
My husband drove her. I brought her back home. She just needed a second of fun from losing her whole world. So this was us. We told her to go. And that concert she went to with Dom's cousin, the Kid Cudi concert. Abby, you know, they picked her up. They brought her there. That was Mackenzie and Dom and Abby all decided to go to this concert together. And that was for Dom. Everything she did after the accident was either in honor of him, to be close to him, or just to be by him any way that she can. She's devastated and tragic, and he was the air that she breathes, okay? And they went with his cousin. We spent all kinds of time with him after the accident, and what was the other thing?
Oh, gosh.
It was so shocking, the judge interrupts her. I'm hearing an awful lot about your daughter. I'm not hearing very much about the 2 dead people.
Uh-oh.
Dom,
oh, my
okay.
Gosh.
I'm asking you for leniency because this was a tragic accident that she does not remember. And Davion, he's a new friend. I'm so sorry. What does that mean? His life is worthless? The judge asks. No. God, no. Not at all. They all loved each other.
This is like the art of shutting the fuck up.
They all spent every day together. You know what I mean? I don't know too much.
Oh my gosh.
Isn't that part of the problem, Mrs. Shirilla? Sorry? Isn't that part of the problem that they all trusted each other? It's not a problem at all. It's wonderful. How they all ended up in the car together until 2 of them ended up dead. I understand what it looks like. I'm saying this was a tragic accident. She would never. We're gonna have to disagree on that. I understand. But anyway, that's it. I just wanted to address those. We told her to go to those things, and then she did go with Dom's family. So look on that with different eyes if you can, please. If you would have...
Honestly, it adds to the enabling as well. Like, nothing that can be said can help the situation. But can't get rid of that onion smell, bro.
A moment. All you need is 5 minutes of conversation to have with her to learn who she is.
No, hell no.
You know, you would just need 5 minutes.
Hell no. Yeah, hell no.
She's not capable of, doing, and you would see for yourself. Thank you. That's all. I'm so sorry, guys. Thank you.
Right, bye. Go to your seat, please.
I'm hearing an awful lot about your daughter. I'm not hearing very much about the 2 dead people. Dominic, okay, I'm asking you for leniency because this was a tragic accident that she does not remember. And Davion, he's a new friend. And I'm so sorry.
Does that mean his life is worthless?
No.
Oh.
No. All you would need is 5 minutes of a conversation to...
Bro, did you see her fucking lawyer just turn around? Wait, hold on.
He's a new friend. I'm so sorry.
Does that mean his life is worthless?
No.
Bro, he turned around like, yo, wait, hold on.
Remember.
Look at him
and
turn around.
Davian, he's a new friend. And I'm so sorry.
Does that mean his life is worthless?
No. All you would need.
Bro, this isn't funny, but it's just like, bro, even her fucking, I don't know why he did it, but just the optics is like, I know this lady did not just fucking say that. Like, he took his glasses off. Like, this is crazy. Oh, whoops. Sorry.
Is 5 minutes of a conversation to have with her to learn who she is. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm sorry.
The fact that she didn't even care to prepare anything more in depth about Dom and Davion. Later, Mackenzie asks her mom in a recorded jail line, why was the judge being so mean to you? I don't know. I don't care. I was about to be like, just stop talking to her because she clearly doesn't care.
And why was the judge being so mean to you? I was about to just be like, just stop talking to her because she clearly doesn't care. She's like, why
I don't think you would have said that. We saw you. You weren't, I don't...
are you talking about her so much and not the victim?
All the while, Natalie is trying to motivate Mackenzie. You are here for a reason. You impact lives no matter where you go in such a positive way. This is just another chapter. So Mackenzie shares her statement during sentence.
I mean, she does impact lives. I wouldn't say positive. And she is in there for a reason. So she's writing that.
Sing.
To the families of Dom and Davion, I'm so deeply sorry. I hope one day you can see I would never let this happen or do it on purpose. I wish I could remember what happened. I'm just so sorry. I'm heartbroken. I love Dom and Davion. We were all friends and Dom was my soulmate. I wish I could take all your pain away, and I'm so sorry. And to my family, thank you for the support and all the love you guys give. Thank you for fighting with me. I love you all so much. All right, I'm done. Thank you.
All right, bye.
I mean, she was emotional during it, but I think a lot of the emotion was just for herself because it's sentencing. And this is a little bit different from the speech she was brainstorming with her mom on the phone on the recorded jail lines.
Oh,
because in that one, she says, you can see I would never let this happen or do it on purpose. I'm just heartbroken. I wish I could take all your pain away. Long live the boys. And to my family and support, I thank you. I thank you all for seeing the real under all these lies. Thank you for nonstop fighting for me and all the love and support. I love you all so much. I pray one day people won't see me as a monster they're making me out to be. Thank you.
This was the first draft?
Yeah.
I would never let this happen or do it on purpose. I am just heartbroken. I wish I could take all your pain away. Long live the boys. To my family and support, I thank you all for seeing the real. Under all these lies, thank you for nonstop fighting for me and all the love and support. I love you all. And then I pray one day people won't see me as this monster they are making me out to be.
Makes sense.
She spent more time talking about her quote-unquote supporter.
Yeah.
They said, thank you for seeing the real. Long live the boys.
It makes sense that her attorney would just delete.
Like hold on, gang.
Okay?
Nah,
I don't think Mackenzie understands the full scope of what's happened.
And I think that's like the problem. I just think that's the problem. I'm not gonna say like she's like a monster because there are other monsters out there. I wouldn't say monster. Maybe like a tier under, 2 tiers under, but like grossly unaware and a shitty person, you can interchange that. A very shitty person. And a very, very shitty person. And none of this shit is helping, honestly. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not gonna say you're any other. I'm not gonna say you're like wrong for thinking that she's a monster. I just don't want to say that. But she's a very shitty fucking person.
In one conversation from jail, Mackenzie says she's got some sort of message from someone named Benjamin Harper. She's worried that this is Davion's neighbor. And she tells her mom, I'm nervous for him to message me. They're about to send me some hate mail and shit. Natalie tells her, just block it. No, it's okay. I'm gonna reply. I want them to send messages like that.
I want them to send me messages like that. Like,
Why?
I don't give a fuck. Like, I know what I did. I know what I didn't do. The only thing that I'm guilty of is driving.
But how do you know that if you don't?
What are you talking about? You just be... See, I know what I did. I know what I didn't do. But you don't remember what you did or didn't do. What the fuck are we talking about?
Remember what happened. Also, her lack of understanding reality is astonishing. In another phone call, she's talking to her mom about said sentencing. So this is right before sentencing. She's found guilty, and she doesn't know how long she's gonna be sentenced to. And she says,
like, I'm like about to like say I don't want to go to court, like type shit.
Type shit.
Like, what's the point of even having a court date? Like, I understand. Like, they already fucking is like they're just fucking me over. Like, what's the point of even going? Like,
this is
there's
protocol.
no point of even having court anymore. Just fucking give me a time and just tell me so we can appeal this shit.
They're not gonna put it in a manila envelope. You gotta go there. What the fuck?
she gets sentenced to 15 years to life to be served concurrently, which means she will be eligible for parole in 15 years, though it seems highly unlikely. Even the judge says it's probably unlikely, right? But Mackenzie says to her mom in a jail call, but I'm surprised she only gave me like 15.
But I'm surprised she only gave me like 15. Like, I thought she was going to give me like 85 years. No, I really did think it was either going to be death penalty or life in prison, no parole.
Yeah.
But she gave me 15 years and I do get parole. That's crazy as fuck.
Davion's mom says, I'll be honest, we were taken aback when we found out that the sentences were to run concurrently. We were taken aback. She is essentially serving the same sentence that she would have if only one of the boys had been in the car. It's very hard to stomach.
Interesting. That's crazy. That is crazy.
Mackenzie's parents have stomachs of steel. They're trying to take this case to the Supreme Court. They did file an appeal. So after...
Bro, it's like every obstacle is going on, she's getting a little bit of fucking leniency. Like, with every which way. And it's like, yo, are you not aware of what's going on, bro? Like, what the fuck?
After your conviction, you can file an appeal. They filed an appeal. It was rejected. They filed a second appeal, but they filed it 1 day late. So it has to be within the 365 days. But they filed it 1 day late, and they argued it was like confusing because of leap year. And everyone's like, what?
I don't even know. Is this year a leap year? The last time I heard of a leap year was in middle school when they said that shit existed.
The Shirillas state in interviews that they did not have a good defense, which is pretty par for the course for appeals, is to say that your attorneys did not represent you well enough. That's pretty standard. Okay. They state that they were almost bullied into a bench trial instead of a jury trial. Steve says if this was a jury trial instead of a bench trial, quote, she would have never been convicted. She'd be free today. She'd be going on with her life, but she'd be free. That's the truth. But to let you know, her lawyer, when asked her about a jury or a bench, she asked for a jury and he talked her out of it. And then he starts talking about the judge. He says, I mean, that ego. I don't know how she walks in and out of the room with that.
Fool, the judge literally gave you a concurrent sentence. You said it yourself. You thought she was going to give you 85 or the death penalty or life without parole. Even then, she gave you some fucking grace in the whatever way that she could.
Kind of ego. It's unfortunate that a sitting judge of that long ruled that way and acted that way. Later, he argues, you get pulled over now in Strongsville speeding, it's attempted murder. That's the precedent they've set with this case.
I really don't like these people.
I'm just so shocked that they still have supporters.
Yeah. I think the support comes from, I do think maybe the defense did do a good job and they didn't bring in a medical expert and they didn't rule out these world of possibilities. You know, and I think when it's not ruled out, and I think because people come in with probably the same feeling I have, which is our criminal justice system is not the best.
Yes.
So maybe it's like, but we can't because there are innocent people in jail. So we have to give some sort of leeway and thought. And I think they use that to their advantage because I'm lost. Yeah, but when the trial was happening, it seems like at some point they all agreed on a bench trial. I mean, they had to. Mackenzie had to agree on it. But even her parents, in one jail call, Natalie is saying, oh, and then one of my friends was like, you made the right decision with choosing a bench trial and stuff. And I'm like, well, it wasn't up to me. You know what I mean? But
I mean, technically, they did make the right decision. You literally are running a 15-year concurrent sentence, bro. Like, what the fuck? Like, that's what...
Thank you. And that made me start crying. So whatever happened up to this point, Kenzie, is exactly that it's supposed to be. We just have to trust and put our faith in it, okay? So it seems like you like a bench trial. In another call, Mackenzie wordly asks her mom if she should have done a jury trial, to which Natalie says no, because there's still other people that are like, I don't care that she did this and this and she should get the death penalty. That person doesn't know you. That's how some people are talking. Nope, you made the right choice. Regardless, they tried to take it up to the Supreme Court of Ohio, which they recently denied. Chief Justice of the Supreme Court of Ohio, Sharon Kennedy, refused to review Mackenzie's case, writing in a decision that she declines to accept jurisdiction of the appeal. She could petition to the U.S. Supreme Court on a federal level, but anything on a federal level is even more tedious and even more of a lengthy process than on a state level, and it's just... your odds of that are not worth the fees usually. Man. Most likely her next big milestone is her first parole hearing that will be in 2037. And I know that Dom and Davion's families will most likely be attending, and I think they will be attending with a fire-burning passion to keep her behind bars. And I would think it would be a very long shot for her to be released on parole in 2037, which means if they reject her parole, she has to wait anywhere between 1 to 10 years. So like they tell you at your parole hearing, if you're denied, anywhere between 1 to 10 years, but the fact that she's young would probably make it less than 10. It has to legally be less than 10, but it could be 10, it could be 9,
I
or it
just
could be 1.
don't see her changing, like the way that
No,
the
for
parents
real,
are
bro.
acting too.
Yeah. Cheyenne says, I don't know if she still does it now, but when I was in there, she was journaling every single day. Date, timestamp, and she told me it was for a book when she gets out. She told me she had a modeling gig before she even came in, and she was like, I got offered a modeling gig before I came in. I'm gonna write a book when I get out. I'm gonna be a social media influencer telling my story and all that stuff. So this is why the families are trying to do Dom and Davion's law, because in Ohio, the Son of Sam's laws, which protects the victims' families from the perpetrator profiting off their crimes, a lot of that in Ohio has not been updated to include social media.
Oh, I
right.
see.
So I think it just
Wow.
includes a lot of the traditional ways of making money. So I think they're trying to get those updated. I mean, this whole book thing. Yeah. And she also says about Mackenzie, you know how in the Netflix documentary, she says, I think about it every day and stuff like that. I'm not going to say she doesn't, because I'm not in her head every day, but her actions, I don't think she does. And she's like, since I've been gone, you know how I said Juice was Jasmine's girlfriend?
Yep.
As soon as I left, she started doing stuff with Juice. So Cheyenne's just like, she's in there like just doing things. Like I don't think she's thinking about it every day. And that is where we are with the Mackenzie Shirilla case. I know this was a very lengthy journey that I just took you on, but I just wanted to be as thorough as possible. And there was just so much in the FOIA that I felt like,
we gotta see this shit too.
You do have to pay. I forget how much it was, but like most places you have to pay to get the FOIA, and then to have the leniency of time to have people go through and like for me to sit there and read. Like I know that a lot of you guys are also working, so it would have just been impossible. So hopefully that is as thorough as we can get. Let me know your thoughts. What do you think? Leave it in the comments. And with that, stay safe, and I will see you in the next one.
I'd say after this, it's really interesting that some people just never learn. Some people don't even like see the leniency that they're getting and continue to just be themselves. But if they're themselves, then they're themselves. Like, I'm not really surprised, but some of the things did surprise me, of course. But dog, my goodness. It's just like, my Lord, how are you not seeing this? But I just think it's just, she's too far gone. And the mom's, this family is just fucking, this nigga said, cuz said, if I had a magic wand, I would make everybody disappear. I believe the next part is tomorrow. Again, can't wait to see what you guys are going to say. I would say this is pretty I would say it's mind-blowing in a sense that people actually are like this. Even while in jail. It is just the parents, man. Them fucking parents, man. I never thought in my life I would see enablers like this, bro. Oh my gosh.